All right, Coach, back home for one game. It'll be a really fun night here with a pregame ceremony for Roy Sommer, your longtime coach. It'll be kind of a Roy-filled night. And your team comes back home coming off a very solid win in San Diego on Wednesday. Can we just go back quickly to the game on Wednesday? You dropped 2 in a row. It was one of those games that was up in the balance. But you ultimately find a way to get it done against a San Diego team that has given you some trouble over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason, it's been a difficult place to play for us as of late. So for us to go down there and get the 2 points was huge for our group. And as you said, the quality of our game I didn't think really slipped all that much. But not getting the results, we haven't really dealt with that this year. So it was a bounce back game, I thought, from that standpoint.
You faced Bakersfield twice last weekend on the road. They're starting to feel it a little bit. They've won 5 in a row. They've won 5 in a row away from home as well. What are the challenges that they present?
They got a little bit of everything. They got some heaviness. They got some capability to play kind of a grinded out type of game, and they've got some high end skill. Hudson is back, and obviously he's at 20-something goals already. They got some size on the back end, and they got some goaltending. They're a well-balanced team, but our feeling is we're in our building. We want to play the game on our terms, and that's what we're looking to do.
Can you talk about the additions? A trade earlier this week. Trades at this point of the year don't always happen, kind of an uncommon thing, but you get 2 guys, Nolan Allen, a former number 1 draft choice, Laurent Brossoit, who's played a lot in the NHL. Can you talk about the 2 additions to your group?
Yeah, we're really excited to have them. Nolan Allen is a younger guy. As you said, it was a high selection in the draft for a reason. Plays a steady game, steady defensive game, which is what we need. And Laurent Brossoit is obviously an experienced goalie. As you said, played in the NHL, has a lot of experience there. And, we've played against him in Henderson and, had a hard time with him. Big guy, takes up a lot of the net. So 2 additions that are absolutely going to help our group.
We talked about this being Roy Sommer's banner-raising night. You played a long time under Roy. You don't see him quite like you did in the past, where you'd see him almost every day, certainly during the season. Fun to have him back, and just does it bring back some good memories too?
Yeah, absolutely. I had the opportunity to sit with him yesterday and just talk about things, and I still value his input. I value his, he watches a lot of hockey and obviously been around the game for a long time, and we just kind of informally talk about things, and good to see his son Mo as well. Mo's down in the locker room taking care of some things for us, and it's good to see those guys. Spent a lot of time with them.
Well, for someone to last as long as he did, 24 years as the head coach of the Sharks American League affiliate, not only do you have to be a good coach, but you really got to be a good person. And that's something that people talk about you in this organization as well, as just being a good person. How valuable is that in your mind to treat people the right way, and that's going to ultimately, hopefully, give you some sustainability in this profession?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. I think I've always kind of approached things that way. You should treat the people that are cleaning up at night just like you treat the GM, and I think that's something that Roy did. And he was human. I think that was the biggest thing. Also, is having played for him for 11 years, he was, he'd spend some time with him outside of the rink, and he's a human as well. And I think I try to bring that part of how he coaches to what I do as well.
It feels like we've been on the road a lot this season. You're right in the mix and in the middle of a long stretch on the road, but you do come back home for one. How do you start to build some momentum here on home ice? Because you guys have been great away from home. At home, it's been kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah, we got to first 5 minutes. I think we got to establish, the terms of the game, how I like to call it, and how the game's going to be played. We're in our building. We got to bring jump. We got to bring energy. The crowd should help tonight. And we got to be engaged right off the bat.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
The NHL season is almost here, but you don't need to wait for the Sharks to hit the ice to visit the SAP Center. There are tons of events to choose from all year round. From the hottest concerts to sports and special events like Monster Jam, there's always a reason to cheer at SAP Center. Check out the center's full schedule at Ticketmaster.com. And of course, when it's time to score Sharks tickets, Ticketmaster.com, the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL. Great tickets to every game once they go on sale. Ticketmaster for SAP Center experiences all year.
Cuda Mania returns at TechCU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam.
The Hilton San Jose is the official hotel partner.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend...
Bad giveaway, a 2-0, shorthanded, Barracuda, Bakersfield, score! One-timer, Askarov came over and makes the stop. Play will continue, no call. Cagnoni shoots, scores! Luca Cagnoni rips it home!
This is San Jose Barracuda Hockey. San Jose Barracuda Hockey is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente, by Tech CU, by Bloom Energy, by DevCon, and by Royal Coach. Now, here's Nick Nolenberger.
On a Saturday night in the heart of Silicon Valley, the Barracuda return back home tonight, and they take on the Bakersfield Condors as the puck is down, and we are underway. Barracuda control, and they bounce the puck down into the right corner, deep in the Bakersfield end. Both teams tied in the Pacific Division for the third spot at 41 points. This is the fifth meeting on the 8-game season series. Bo Akey controls 82 in cream as the Barracuda are donning specialty San Jose Rhinos uniforms, purple jerseys with yellow numerals. Meanwhile, Bakersfield in its alternate cream sweaters with the orange numbers. Beestead jams it up high to the point. Allen in his CUDA debut will stuff it up the wall, had some pressure on, gave it away, and it's lifted back to center. Slapped down it deep by Stefan, rolls into the right corner. Barracuda will pick it up back in their own end as the Condors make a change. Cagnoni right wing side for Giles, just reassigned back to the American League earlier this week. Controlled now by Josh Brown, banks it up the far side wall, Szymanski, supported by D'Amato, and flushed down into the corner. Skarek, who gets the start for the Barracuda tonight, back-to-back starts, coming off a win in San Diego on Wednesday, in which he picked up the victory in the 7th round of a shootout as the CUDA held on for a 3-2 win over the San Diego Gulls. Back deep into the CUDA end, Skarek works it for Cole Clayton. Clayton has some time, plays it along Giles, hits the red line and hoists the puck left corner. Millman back on it for Bakersfield, rims the puck around near side wall, played back to the blue line just out of the zone, so the Barracuda will tag back up, and it's ramped down and deep by Jimmy Huntington, and that puck will land out of play and stop play a minute and 31 into a scoreless first period.
Well, as we talked about with the keys of the game, it's tough to get your legs moving early because you've been sitting there and your focus gets distracted a little bit, but I did like that first idea of the Barracuda, pucks deep, get the forecheck going. And we are going to keep a special eye on Allen tonight and see how he is as a Barracuda.
Allen, 29 games this year in Rockford in the American League. Couple of goals, 4 assists last year. 43 games up top, the Chicago Blackhawks, but had not played yet in the NHL this year. So it kind of gives you an idea. Maybe fell out of favor a little bit within that organization. So a fresh start in San Jose.
That's okay. You know, that happens to players. It happens to players all the time. So you get home somewhere else, and hopefully it makes you hungry. Makes you hungry to go prove the organization you played against wrong, but prove the team that picked you up, more importantly, right.
Oliver Wahlstrom will take the face-off draw. He wins it, and the Barracuda will drive it in deep. Haviland gets it down and around the boards. Picked up far wing by Tyson Feist. Some pressure on behind the Bakersfield net. Worked up to that far left side. Good hold by Carlson. Lays it back down the yellow. Just gets through the stick of Quentin Musty. He did not play on Wednesday. Didn't make the trip down to San Diego, dealing with an illness. Good to get 13 back into the lineup. Carlson into the left corner. Musty, the recipient of a feed from the left side by White. Then Musty tried to center, and pouncing on top of it, the veteran netminder Matt Tompkins. He holds on for the whistle. 2 minutes and 2 seconds gone in a scoreless first period.
Few stoppages in play early. Depends what you like as a coach. Sometimes your coach, you don't mind that. You get everybody, get the shifts changing, get your guys out on the ice, you get a rhythm going. Other coaches, and I was one of them, I wanted, let's go, let's keep going, let's get our feet moving right away, let's keep the play alive.
Off the draw, Bakersfield controls, but held in by Allen on the left point. Worked down low for Cardwell. Poked off his stick, but it still slid its way into the blue paint. Now an outlet feed. Here comes D'Amato behind everybody, working in, shoots, and he hits the post. Daniel D'Amato, the former Silver Knight, got behind everybody, and he hits the pipe coming down the left wing side.
Absolutely gone. Terrific pass and exit by Bakersfield out of the zone. The Barracuda fortunate there.
D'Amato was a force in the 2 games this past weekend in Bakersfield, as now Giles takes a hip check along the near side wall by Stillman, who stepped up on him. Rims up the boards, baked up the half wall by Allen, but forced back to the neutral zone. So the first real legitimate chance comes in favor of the visitors as D'Amato just catches the far right post on a breakaway.
So you don't get burned on it, so learn from it.
Condors control in their own zone. Stillman, stretch feed, right wing side, slid up the wall. Barracuda forced a turnover. Vincent's going to skate into the puck near side and slap it in deep. 0-0 score, 16:50 left in the opening period here at Tech CU Arena. Great crowd on throwback night. Misplayed high in the offensive zone by Haltonen, but he runs down the puck. Condors will make a change on the fly. Haltonen directs it up the right side wall. First on it is Millman for Bakersfield. Worked at DDD for Tyson Feist. Feist up the right wing side for Pitlick, and here come the Condors at 2-on-1. Coming down the wing, shot just wide off the frame. Another good look. It was Mariala on the 2-on-1, deciding to call his own number.
Not a great choice at the blue line by the Barracuda. You got to read that play. There are 3 guys exiting the zone. You've only got 2 back, and you didn't have any F3. You've got to make sure that you back up and you try to defend and buy time.
Mariala down the left wing side, played last year in TPS in the Finnish Elite League. Great chance at a 2-on-1, so a breakaway and then a 2-on-1, yet we're still scoreless. Cam Lund on that left wing side had the game winner in the shootout on Wednesday. Works it near side for Havlin. Some pressure on as he's bumped off the puck by Damian Carfana, rookie defenseman. Now Afanasiev has it for the Barracuda. Tried to play at middle ice. It gets ramped to that far wing. Held in by the Cuda and flushed back into the corner by Lucas Carlson. Foot race near side. Havlin has the puck. Top of the right circle. Shoots, and it's blocked. Karams to the near side wall. Reeled in by Bakersfield, but they misplay the puck. Afanasiev working in between the circles. Stays with the play. Back up high to the point. Changes direction. Down the wall. Gives off Eason. One-timer save made by Tompkins.
I don't think he saw it. I think he just reacted when he heard the shot.
Afanasiev trying to seam one to the far wing. It's picked off by the wily veteran Seth Griffith, who lays it back into the left corner.
Afanasiev with some nice puck control there, but as you're right, he did try to force that pass.
Nearing 5 minutes gone in a scoreless first period. Bakersfield still doesn't have a shot recorded, yet they've had a breakaway and a 2-on-1, but they hit the post and they missed the net. Icing against San Jose, 5 minutes and 4 seconds into the first period. We'll stop play.
If you're John McCarthy, you're talking to you guys about transition. You're talking about, hey, listen, we've got to make sure because they start going north, the Bakersfield Condors, pretty darn quick. So you've got to make sure you are ready. Have that F3, that third forward high, making sure he's tracking back to help out.
Barracuda win it back into their goaltender. Skarik rimmed around the wall. Cagnoni tapped up the boards and all the way back in to the Bakersfield zone. So that's an icing against San Jose. That'll stop play. 5 minutes and 14 seconds gone in this first period.
A little meeting with the Condors. This is good, smart play. You always got to go into a face-off with a plan. So Hamlin brings everybody in before they have the face-off to the right of Skarik to be able to, hey, let's be making sure we're ready on this face-off.
Face off to the right side of the Barracuda net. One up high to the point, Millman. Given off for Poland, former first-round pick of Pittsburgh. Came over in that goalie swap between the Oilers and the Penguins. Jari coming to Edmonton. Skinner going back the other way, and Poland was part of that deal. Up high to the point, Condors control. Now Poland, Eaton Cream shoots from distance, and it's snared by Skarik and held on. 14:22 left in the first period.
Hey, on that trade, who do you think is the happiest?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and Skinner.
And Skinner.
Who's like, thank you. Yes, he went to 2 Stanley Cup finals in 3 years in his NHL career. That wasn't good enough for the Edmonton Oilers fans
and
from media.
Edmonton.
And he's from Edmonton. He said I really admire how he handled all that stress. But he is now in Pittsburgh. He gets to play with Sidney Crosby. You get to go with Matt. You get play with Connor McDavid, and then you play with Sidney Crosby. That's not a bad start to your NHL career.
I always appreciate Skinner whenever he talks to the media, too. Just very thoughtful.
Very. It seems like a really good dude, and, man, they brought the heat on him.
As you know, those Canadian markets
They're
can be
terrible
harsh.
people, Canadians. Don't ever let them kid you.
Clayton back into his own end. Nothing score. 14 minutes to go in this first period. Live from Tech CU Arena. Good to be back home. The Barracuda have been on the road for what feels like the last couple of months. Now a giveaway. Here's a chance for Cardwell. Turning on the Jets. Works in, shoots. And Tompkins got a piece of it with his left shoulder. And up and out of play it goes.
Like that idea by Ethan, though. Good speed. Tries to go upstairs. And it was a good shot, but on the shoulder.
13:45 left in the first period. Live from Tech CU Arena, it's the Barracuda nothing and the Condors nothing. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill, when your friend bets against your team and the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
CUDA Mania returns to Tech CU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Don't miss the photo opportunity available before the puck drop. First 3,000 fans through the doors score Thundersticks. Stick around after the game for a live specialty jersey auction. Get your tickets now and be part of the madness. Visit sjbarracuda.com for more information. That's sjbarracuda.com.
The countdown continues. Here's Barracuda voice, Nick Nolenberger.
Welcome back inside Tech CU Arena. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Memmott. This is the second game at San Jose. Of course, the Sharks winners this afternoon, 5-4 against the Dallas Stars. Sharks back on the ice tomorrow. They take on the Vegas Golden Knights at home. And they just continue to find ways to win in overtime. In particular, they've got an knack, Drew. I think you 7-2 you mentioned to me?
7-2 in overtime. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
18 points and you got 16 of them. That's pretty darn good. The aspect of the San Jose Sharks game right now is pretty exciting, and as is with the Barracuda. We got a nice crowd this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. And there's nothing better when these two teams start playing well, when they start both getting to the playoffs and having this much fun.
Face-off draw to the left side of Matt Tompkins. Tompkins picked up a win against the Barracuda last Friday. He's 1-1 against San Jose so far this year. Veteran goaltender Tompkins, 31 years of age. He's a Edmontonian. Off the face-off draw, pops free for Haviland, loads up a wrister, and that's blocked out of play by Capone. That'll stop play. 13:41 left here in the first period. After tonight, the Barracuda back on the road. They hit the road for 3 straight, starting in Tucson next Friday. So they've got a runway of practices before they play another game.
You're, as a coach, you're happy about that because you don't get a lot of practice time, especially if you're a West Coast team.
Off the face-off draw, it's one up high to the point. Haviland plays it wide. It caught something en route. And now Griffith with some pressure on. He gave it away. Musty feeds along for Wallstrom, turns, pivots over the net, picked up by Bakersfield, swiveled near side, tucked out of the zone. Capone, and this is going to be an icing against the Condors. 13:21 left in the first.
Even though the shot didn't do anything, went over the net, that's what we're talking about with that play by Musty. He's coming back high in that third forward position as he sees the defenseman wanting to stay in, and that's what you need. You take care of that defensive part first, but if you're that F3, you're a guy that's going to get a lot of those pucks that are the other team's trying to push through the middle.
Face off to the left side of Tompkins. And they're going to drop the puck and do it over again. You mentioned coaches like more practices. It was funny because the media asked Glenn Gulletson yesterday in his media availability about how condensed the schedule is. And he said, well, the players love it because they don't have to practice.
Exactly. Exactly.
Off the face-off draw, foot race into the corner. And it's skated back to center by Capone. Takes a body check from Vincent. Then he's run over by a backtracking Haltonen.
Good job by Capone, though. He kept staying with it and got the puck down to the offensive zone. But I like as you know, with Vincent out there, you know there's going to be a physical element.
Anamoto will drive the puck in deep. The former Ontario Reign rear guard. Now it's picked up by Cagnoni of the Barracuda. Swivels the puck near side. Van Roboys changes direction. And Lucas Van Roboys will direct it up the left wing side. This is just his 4th game of the season in the American Hockey League for Lucas Van Roboys. As now Cagnoni's back on it for the Barracuda. Some pressure from Rhett Pitlick, changes direction. Skated into by Allen. He's got to get to it swiftly. Shovels it up the wall. Down in the feet of Cam Lund. Back for Allen. Allen will rim the puck around the wall far side. I asked Allen, does it feel good to be back somewhat in the West? You played the WHL. He said, I was actually a little bit closer to home when I was in Chicago than coming out here in the West Coast.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
He's from Saskatchewan?
Davidson, Saskatchewan. He's born in Saskatoon, the Paris of the Prairies. And then he has a farm. His family has a farm in Davidson, Saskatchewan. It's just down the highway from Saskatoon to Regina. Braden McNabb's from there. But yeah, I can tell you that it's a drive from Saskatchewan to California. That one that I've made quite often. Weather's way better in California.
Maybe
I don't know
he
if
can
you know
hitch a
that
ride on his way back home in the offseason.
He could, yeah, he could. Yeah, he behaves himself and pays for some gas.
He's got a chance to show off here over the next few months if he deserves it. Here comes Hamblin, left wing side. Hamblin holds, shoots, save made Skark. That's a good save. Net came off its moorings. It's about a foot off the goal line, but they continue play here. Here come the Barracuda in transition. A bouncing puck feathered in front off Anasiev. Now they blow it dead.
It's good by the referee because he waited because the play went the other way and it gave the Rhino/Barracuda the chance at the net. So he let that go and then he replaced the net after once the possession changed. It's good, smart officiating.
Our officiating crew tonight, Tatu Cantu and Coltrane Wilson are the referees. Matthew Audette and Alex Ladovsky are the linesmen.
Coltrane Wilson?
That's right.
Man, that's an awesome name.
That's strong.
Strong name. That's like a Clint Eastwood Western. Who's that? That's Coltrane Wilson. You don't want to mess with that guy.
Oh, it's good to have you back, partner.
Thanks, buddy.
Work back to the neutral zone. Huntington's going to lay it up the wall. Bounces down and deep. Corner board battle. Millman in there for Bakersfield. Cardwell for the Barracuda. It's going to be rimmed around to the right side point. Havlet hurries it back into the corner. Carlson comes down the boards. Picked up by Griffith. And Seth Griffith, the longtime member of the Condors, bounces it to the near side. Roy Sommer looked at the Condor roster. He says, Seth Griffith, he's still in Bakersfield? He was there when I was still coach.
That's all right. You must be doing something right. They want to keep you around. That experience, you can't just find that. You know, the guy he works his tail off. He's an honest player. It's great to have him still in the AHL working.
Cardwell's going to work his way through the neutral zone. Feathers for Giles. Back to Cardwell. Shoots. He scores! He siphons it through the 5-hole of Tompkins, and Ethan Cardwell gets the Barracuda started here in this first period.
Good exit out of the zone. Cardwell takes the middle of the ice, kicks it to the outside. Now he gets inside position, close to the puck, and driving towards the net. Really smart play, and what a pass by Giles. Kick it out, get inside position. Don't hold on to it once you get it back. Good pass by Giles. Terrific shot by Ethan Cardwell. A lot of jump on that play, and it pays off.
Cardwell's 5th of the season, and the Barracuda break the ice here in the opening period as we're nearing the halfway point. We'll see if they can build on it. Last weekend in Bakersfield, the Cuda managed to score the first goal in each of those 2 games, but could not find a way to ultimately win the game as offside is called. Giles gets the lone assist. Time of the goal for Cardwell at the 9:13 mark.
Also on that play, what did we talk about? One of our keys, checking, right? Checking along the boards, got that play going the other way. And then Cardwell with his wheels, they're going to have the face-off down in the defensive zone because the hand pass went from the defensive zone to the neutral zone, so face-off comes back deeper. But a very good play defensively to get the play going the other way, and then Cardwell, because of his skating, made it happen.
So Colin White, who scored both of the Barracuda's goals in regulation on Wednesday, then had a goal in the shootout, will dig in. He's got 3 goals over his last 2 games. Doesn't like the call getting booted out of the face-off dot. Musty will step in. He wins it into the corner. So good on Musty, and Allen's going to dig it free for Cagnoni. Cagnoni straight ahead, plays it for White. It skipped through his stick. No icing on the play. White gets it on the forecheck. Pressures on Akey. Akey gets it up the wall. D'Amato has some time now. It quickly erases, but he does a good job to slip away from the check of White and feeds it near side Carfana. Carfana along the near side wall for Szymanski. Pivots the puck into the corner. Cut off by Allen. Chip back up the half wall. Gets past Wallstrom and rolls to the neutral zone. D'Amato back on it though for Bakersfield. Will backhand it indeed. Condors will change all 5 as the puck is back in the San Jose zone. 1-0 lead for the Barracuda on the goal by Ethan Cardwell, his 5th of the season, as we're past now the halfway point of this opening period. Tompkins for Bakersfield. Rolls it up the near side wall. Van Roboys pressured by Griffith. Now it comes free for Clayton. He'll play it back below the goal line. Van Roboys, the sophomore center iceman, feeds now for Vincent. Skates away from the pressure. Haché from distance. Save made by Tompkins. Haché bidding for his first of the year. And it's laid back in deep by Stefan of Bakersfield.
I like how I almost said Sharks said again. The Barracuda are tracking back through the neutral zone. They're pressuring, not giving. Wow, that was close.
Forecheck by Bakersfield. They pop a puck in front, and Skarek has to be sharp.
There's no way that should have turned into a chance. You've got full possession. You're too slow moving it. Don't be playing with it behind the net. Just get your puck moving the other way. Quick.
Now Beestead near side for the Cuda. Gets it free for Lund, and Lund will swing it to the weak side and get it back into the Condor zone. Now Clayton near side for the Cuda. Grew up just outside of Calgary. Plays it along for Beestead up and over the line. Tried to feed off Afanasyev out of his reach, and the Condors get it back to the neutral zone. Havlin cuts the puck off on the near side. Battling away with Capone. And now pulling it in is Cam Lund for the Cuda. He's over the line. Left wing side, Carlson tries to feed back for Lund, and it feathers in on goaltender Tompkins. And then Lund got upended and went hard into the end wall as Millman was the one.
I think it was more just inadvertent contact behind the net. Wasn't much room. Nobody's hurt. Nobody's injured.
8:26 left in the first. Barracuda up 1-0 on an Ethan Cardwell goal. We're back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Cuda Mania returns to TechCU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Don't miss the photo opportunity available before the puck drop. First 3,000 fans through the doors score Thundersticks. Stick around after the game for a live specialty jersey auction. Get your tickets now and be part of the madness. Visit sjbarracuda.com for more information. That's sjbarracuda.com.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m., Danny Miller 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
Hey, this is Barracuda forward Ethan Cardwell. Back to Barracuda play-by-play with Nick Nollenberger.
Barracuda lead at 1-0 on this throwback night. Lots of great alumni in attendance, as well as personnel that worked alongside Roy Sommer. They rose a Roy Sommer banner to the rafters pregame as part of the ceremony. And a fun night to celebrate what was a incredible career, 24 seasons behind the bench for Sommer, the top affiliate of the San Jose Sharks. Face-off draw to the right side of Tompkins. Great crowd on hand on this Saturday night as well.
Yeah, good crowd. It's fantastic. Kids are here having some fun.
Jimmy Huntington digs in to take the face-off draw, and we're going to do it all over again. Right side of Matt Tompkins. Tompkins comes in with a record this season of 10-5-3. Coming off a win in Abbotsford on Tuesdays, won his last 2, including a victory against the Barracuda last Friday at the Dignity Health Arena in Bakersfield. Carlson controls in his own zone, plays it middle ice off the stick of Giles, and it drifts down deep into the Condor end. Aching with some rear pressure via Jimmy Huntington, who's supported on the end wall by Cardwell, the goal scorer. Up high to the point, it works its way up the wall. Havlin skips it to the net, and Tompkins fields it off of the deck and holds on. 7:59 left in the first.
Little conversation there between Carlson And I think it was Huntington. As Huntington was pointing to the corner, I said, I was releasing to there. It didn't need to go on net. So you got to have those conversations. You got to talk to guys.
Face-off draw to the left side of Tompkins. Colin White will take the face-off draw. And they're going to kick out Mariala, so stepping in for Bakersfield will be James Stefan. Off the draw, it's one in on the Condor net, picked up by Josh Brown and worked to center. Brown dropped the mitts in both games against the Barracuda this past week, and as White rolls it down into the corner. Brown run into by the pressuring Wallstrom, comes free, and it's skated up the right wing side by Griffith. Skip to the near wing, Stefan skates over the middle line, and he's into the offensive zone, but the Condors a little bit overzealous there offside.
Yeah.
7:37 left here in the first period.
Kind of different for an AHL game, because usually the AHL games are back and forth and the clock runs a lot and they don't have this many breaks. We've had quite a few breaks, or whistles I should say, on the play already, and it's still 7:37 left in the first period. But the shots now, Barracuda have 7 and the Condors 3. It's been, I would say lopsided is not the right word, but certainly an edge offensively for the Barracuda.
Condors will drive the puck down and deep. It rims around the wall. Picked up by Rhett Pitlick. Near side, Inamoto shoots it to the net through a screen. Might have caught the right pad of Skark. Picked back up by Pitlick. He's the younger brother of Rem Pitlick, former Barracuda forward, who actually started the season in Bakersfield as well, but has since been traded to Rockford. It's stuffed back into the Barracuda zone. Cagnoni has it, trying to slip away from Pitlick. And he weaves back behind his net for a little bit of reprieve. Fired up the left wing side. This will go down for an icing with 6:55 left here in the first period. Unforced error there from San Jose.
Yeah, and Cagnoni's got the puck. He made some nice bit of skating as he's trying to create some space for himself. Able to do that, but the Barracuda were changing. And of course, you look up and you see your color jersey. You fire it there, and it's always in the midst of a change. It always seems to come to that area. Goes all the way down the ice.
Face-off draw to the right side of Skark. Barracuda lead at 1-0 on a goal from Ethan Cardwell earlier in the period, his 5th of the season. Shots to this point, 7-4 in favor of the Barracuda. These teams will meet up one more time this month. This is the 5th time on the 8-game season series. So 2 games early on the schedule, and then didn't play each other until the start of 2026, but things will start to ramp up in terms of the head-to-head play between these Pacific Division rivals. Barracuda will lift it back to center ice. It'll roll all the way into the Bakersfield zone. Picked up and skating away from pressure was Damian Carfana. Works it up near side wall. And play's going to be stopped here for an offside rather. Came out of the zone and came right back in.
Good bit of skating by Carvana to elude pressure.
Carvana spent last year at Ohio State, 38 games with the Buckeyes. Started his collegiate career at New Hampshire and then finished it up 2 seasons in Columbus. Undrafted free agent signing of the Oilers last March. 6:24 left here in this first period. 1-0 lead for the Barracuda. D'Amato with some pressure on. Clayton stepping up. And it's stuffed into the Condor end. They control. Stillman goes D for Brown. Worked up the right wing side. Barracuda get firm and they stuff it back in deep. Brown with some pressure on the end wall. Afanasiev the one supplying it. He's supported by Lund. Lund tumbling over his skis. He's on his side. Szymanski digging away at it. Afanasiev supports, turns and pivots the puck to the near side wall. Clayton collects coming down from the right point. Slips a check, turns, works it into the corner. Good play there by Afanasiev, winning a one-on-one battle with Stillman. Played it below the goal line. Brown now controls. He's got all types of pressure on. Szymanski now spears it along, and it's skated up the right wing side by Quinn Hudson. Keep an eye out for Quinn Hudson. He's the brother of Lane Hudson, Canadiens defenseman. Calder winner last year. He is off to just a tear to begin his professional career. 3rd in the AHL in points, 1st in goals. He's got 22 of them already as the puck is lifted left corner into the Condor end. We did not see Hudson this past weekend. He was on recall with the Oilers.
Nice. Oh, trip.
Havlin tripped up to the blue line, and the call is going to be made as Pitlick touches it down. So the Barracuda are going on to the power play. James Hamlin is the guilty party. 2 minutes for tripping at the 14:56 mark. And when we come back, San Jose already up 1-0, are going on to their first power play of the game. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see you as a mother who's a daughter and a caregiver? Fearless, but sometimes fearful? A health nut with a French fry habit? An O-positive geologist named Patty, who's here today for a melanoma exam. At Kaiser Permanente, we believe the only way to care for all of you is by seeing all that is you. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Learn more at kp.org.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see you as a mother who's a daughter and a caregiver? Fearless, but sometimes fearful? A health nut with a French fry habit? An O-positive geologist named Patty, who's here today for a melanoma exam. At Kaiser Permanente, we believe the only way to care for all of you is by seeing all that is you. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Learn more at kp.org.
Back to American Hockey League action. Here's Nick Nolenberger.
1-0 lead for the Barracuda. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Menninger doing double duty. He was, of course, on the Sharks telecast this afternoon as the Sharks come back and take down the Dallas Stars by a final score of 5-4.
Won't tell anybody, Nick, but I won't tell if you won't. This isn't exactly hard work. You, yes, absolutely. You, Randy, Danny, yeah, absolutely. What I do, well, don't tell again. Don't tell management that.
Don't sell yourself short.
You're a tremendous slouch, Judge. Well, I'll tell you what, to start off this game, this has been a kind of a slow-moving period because there's been a lot of stoppages. And there hasn't been a lot of chances generated, although both teams trying to get going on the forecheck. I do like the Barracudas. Well, that's an interesting play out of the zone by Brown. Oh, that's right. Sorry, penalty.
Barracuda on the power play here. It was so swift, it was almost as if you just misplayed the puck and iced it. I had kind of to compute that for a moment as well.
Forgot for a second.
Musty works at middle ice. Cuda on the power play here trying to add to their lead. They're up 1-0. Here's a chance. Musty shoots. He scores! Puck up on its edge, and he hoists it under the bar. It's a power play goal for Quentin Musty, who returns back to the lineup, and he finds the back of the net.
What a shot. He put that exactly where he wanted. You could tell from our angle. We had a perfect angle looking from behind, and Quentin Musty in that spot that was open. Good entry into the zone. Musty gets himself available. And as you said, puck was up on edge, and he wasted 0 time on getting it off. Really smart play. Beautiful goal.
So the Barracuda all of a sudden have power play goals in their last 2 games. They had been struggling a little bit in that department. You go back to last weekend, Bakersfield had given up a power play goal in 5 straight entering that 2-game set. They went 9 for 9 on the kill in the 2 games. Barracuda finally breaking through, but they have now given up power play goals, have the Condors in 8 of their last 10. So the Barracuda finally do solve them, and Quentin Musty is the one who does it. Wallstrom and Beasted pick up the assist. Time of the goal at 15:26.
Wasn't that a shot? Just amazing. Smart player.
Musty's got his 8th of the season, 6th on the power play, and the Barracuda have a 2-0 lead here in this opening period. So they have something they did not get at all last weekend. They scored the first goal in each of the 2 games against the Condors, but didn't score again in both of those games. It would lose both of them. Here tonight, they've got 2 goals in this opening period. Cardwell and now Musty on the power play. So at the very least, they've got themselves a little bit of breathing room here in this first period.
But they can't keep putting pressure on themselves. You can't ice the puck like this. I mean, they've had opportunities to make tape-to-tape passes, haven't executed. So you want to make sure you get your game going in the right direction even after you score, because those shifts after you score are just as important as the ones when you score.
Hard hit along the near side as Vincent finishes off Stillman. Stillman lost his stick after taking that hit, but he does a nifty little move here and works it to the far right wing side. Barracuda 2 and the Condors nothing. Here we go. Vincent and Brown, they're going to drop the gloves again. They went toe-to-toe this past weekend. It's certainly a size disadvantage for Vincent. He stands in there, though. A couple of rights from Brown. Vincent trying to get back to his feet, and Brown feeding him with uppercuts. Vincent back up top to his feet, and the linesman getting in between those two.
Good for Anthony Vincent. That's a tough matchup without a doubt. And Anthony Vincent never shies away from contact. He never shies away from a fight. The guys on your team, when that happens, man, they love it. And Anthony Vincent chirping at Brown one more time. And it didn't seem like much, as maybe it was the hit along the boards that Brown took exception to. But Anthony Vincent always brings everything he can to the Barracuda.
Josh Brown is not in Anthony Vincent's weight class,
No.
nor is he
No.
in the same category in terms of experience. But Anthony Vincent, understanding the way he plays, this might be an element that he's got to continue to incorporate in his game, because frankly, every time he is out there, the other team wants to kill him.
Yeah.
So his willingness, I think, is a great sign for him as a player, just being willing to do that from time to time. It's not an easy task going against a guy like Josh Brown. He's 6'5", he's 220 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a tough job. If you're Anthony Vincent, you go and you play, you find a way to play and make a mark, right? And he does that by being a pest. He does that by playing inside. He does that by finishing checks. He does that by getting in guys' faces. And I wouldn't consider him a rat, because he stands up and he drops the gloves with a guy who's 6'5". He's not a guy who, hits and scurries away. He's a guy who hits and stays. Love that. I think it's just 5 each, I think.
So 5-minute majors for Josh Brown and Anthony Vincent. Those two dropped the gloves just last weekend in Bakersfield. Here's a chance for the Barracuda. Tompkins makes the save. What a brilliant save it was on Ethan Cardwell. What an opportunity for Cardwell. You can just tell by the body language, you can't believe he didn't finish that one off.
Yeah, he just missed it. Just missed it on the shot. Fanned down a little bit. Here we go again. More. Well, as they say in the new NHL commercial, Charlie McAvoy, it's a scrum.
Quinn Hudson's got to be careful here.
I think he's getting some minutes here.
Jimmy Huntington with a lot of restraint there as Hudson caught him a couple of times with jabs to the face. Referee's standing right there.
We'll see what the calls are going to be. It wasn't much. It was just a play towards the net. Just missing is the shot by Ethan Cardwell. There's traffic, and then Ethan goes to the net. Nobody came really close on the goalie, but yeah, there's 2 punches in the jaw. It just looks like it's going to be 2-2.
I'm not sure what Hudson was so upset about. He was really giving it to the ref. He's lucky he didn't get more than just the 2.
Yeah, the gate is still open here, so I'm wondering what the issue is. Maybe it's a time situation.
Hudson was knocking on the glass too.
Yeah.
Wonder if he needs some repairs or something.
Yeah, he's just, his helmet is
okay.
I think the snap is broken. So that they want to get that fixed, because he can't come out of the box without his bucket snapped up, and they're looking like they're trying to find the proper apparatus to fix the helmet and the strap. He's coming off, and they're just going to get this fixed, I think, first.
So Matt Brayfield, who's the head athletic, or the head equipment manager, rather, for Bakersfield, he's working on the helmet, so this is going to be a bit of a delay.
It's probably, it looks like it's just the strap. And these guys are the equipment managers today. It doesn't matter what league. Oh, so they're going to let Hudson come off. Why don't you just give him a different helmet? So Hudson's coming off. He's going on the bench, and they're putting in Stefan to serve the penalty whilst the repairs are made. But obviously Hudson will not be able to come onto the ice during this 2 minutes. I think that's what they're saying anyway.
No, it certainly assumes so. I wonder if it gets repaired if he ends up swapping.
No. Yeah, I don't understand why they just give him a new helmet.
Germs. Off the draw, Griffith skates it along, puts it into the feet of Lund. So we're underway here.
Sanitary these days. Good one, Nick.
4-on-4 play, so some extra space out there. 2-0 lead for the Barracuda. 3:07 left here in the first period. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Amende. Nifty little move, working into the offensive zone. He'll swipe it into the corner. Griffith tied up on the end wall by Haviland. Carlson comes over to support. Griffith, who is outnumbered, flicks it free. And now Carfano works it along for Mariala. Penalty coming against the Barracuda here. Griffith has the puck. Drops for Akey. There's a shot from the high slot. Block touchdown. And it looks like a high stick coming against the Barracuda here with 2:43 left in the first.
I think the Barracuda are a tad confused about who's getting it. Now Hudson's coming back into the box. He got his helmet repaired, and for the Barracuda, Cam Lund is going into the box for the high sticking. So it's a 4-on-3, which we don't see very often, unless it's in the overtime, where the Sharks won today with the 4-on-3. Notice how I bring everything together, Nick? It's amazing.
That's why you make the big bucks.
I make big bucks.
2:43 left here in the first period. When we come back, Bakersfield's on to the power play. Barracuda 2, Condors nothing. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
If you can't wait for the Sharks to hit the ice and are looking for a good reason to visit the SAP Center, you have tons of events to choose from all year round. Hot concerts, sports, and more. Check out the full schedule of upcoming events at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL.
Get ready to go for the gold. It's CUDA Olympics night on Saturday, January 24th at TechCU Arena. The competition heats up on the ice as we take on the Bakersfield Condors. The first 2,500 fans 16 and under score a youth jersey at the doors. Plus, see mascots from your favorite teams and local organizations all in one place.
Coming down the right wing, holding, feathers along, he scores!
Grab your tickets now at sjbarracuda.com.
So back underway. 2-0 lead for the Barracuda. Griffith has the puck. Condors on the power play, one of the top units in the league. Griffith surveying. Down low for Hamblin, return back for Griffith. Griffith holding, feathers it right wing side. They do not have Hudson, who's one of their real snipers on the power play at their disposal. He's in the penalty box. Mariala with it. Seam pass off the skate of Hamblin and pinballs its way in. It's a power play goal for Bakersfield, and they have cut the deficit down to 1.
Yeah, it was kind of a seeing eye shot, wasn't it? Just waiting, having patience, holding on, waiting for the right shooting lane to open up. And there was contact at the net that was well after, although they are looking at something. I think they might be looking at the contact, but I don't believe there was any goalie interference. As they just keep looking and waiting, finding that spot. Yeah, that's a good goal. I think they're just being, the referees just making sure they saw the contact, but it didn't affect the ability for Scar to try to make the save, and I think the puck was in before the contact.
Well, it continues to be an anomaly for the Barracuda on the penalty kill at home. Looking at the splits, their PK on the road, they are ranked 5th in the league on the penalty kill on the road, 87.5%. At home, they are dead last at 63.8%.
That's amazing. Now, 4-on-3 is always tough to kill.
Very hard to defend.
Because there's so much space and so much time. And that one was kind of an innocent shot to the net, but a well-placed one. I think we're having some internet connection difficulties.
So they've got the iPad out there.
This might be the longest period in the history of Barracuda hockey. All right?
Mrs. Remenda is not going to be happy. This is supposed to be quick.
She is. She's fine with that.
Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe she likes the game being drawn out. 2:20 left here in the first period. Barracuda look like
I'm surprised
their
at
lead's
this.
going to be cut down. They've still not put the goal up on the board. They are reviewing this. Puck thrown to the back post. It goes off of Hamlin. So what do you think they're looking at?
I thought maybe it was the contact in the crease, but maybe was it a kicking motion that we didn't catch? I think maybe that might be what they're looking at, because it was, like we said, an innocent shot to the net. Goes by with Hamlin being at the net. So maybe it's the kicking. Was it a distinct kicking motion, or was the contact actually had an effect on the goal?
So they're still taking a look at this. 2:20 left in the first period. 2-0 lead for the Barracuda. Prior to that goal, tallies by Cardwell and then Musty on the power play. Condors trying to answer back themselves on the advantage. Bakersfield coming into the game, second best power play unit in the league. Power play goals in their last 2 coming into tonight. And again, hard for us to really decipher because they have not shown the replay up on the big screen here. So we are not getting a second look at this. And both teams, players are starting to come off the
you gotta skate around a little
bench
bit.
to skate around, just keep their legs fresh. So they're still taking a look at this here. Both referees have the iPad out. They're zooming in, trying to get a better look. What we assume is potentially a kicking type motion.
Maybe that's what they're looking at.
Some goalie contact. Review in the AHL limited compared to what obviously is at the disposal of an NHL review system. Although Nick Gialdini is in the building tonight, so video coach for the San Jose Sharks, one of 2 video coaches. So maybe the Barracuda get some good luck here on their video review, because as we know, the Sharks have one of the best video coaching teams in the league. They are outstanding at getting call reversals. They are still looking at this here.
I think it's after reaching out to my various contacts. It's on that play at the net by Hamlin. He opens his foot a little bit, but I don't think it was a distinct kicking motion. So that's the thing. But they are taking their time on this.
You know, Roy, he spent 24 years in the AHL. This review is starting to push what feels like.
You think there should be a time limit?
There probably should be. Technology-wise,
you're limited, right?
You are limited,
but
you give them a break from that perspective, and you want them to get the call right. But obviously, that's been one of the gripes of the NHL too, is the length of some of these reviews.
Exactly. And also my thing is too, we don't play the game in slow motion. It shouldn't be judged in slow motion. And
it's easy to dissect it, right? When you go frame by frame.
Part of hockey, part of sports is the fact that I think we have a decision. Hold on for a minute.
And after a lengthy review, it is no goal. So they took a long time to take a look at that. And now Colin Chalk is getting the explanation from Coltrane Wilson, one of our referees. So we still haven't seen a replay of the goal, but here we go. So here's the pass from Griffith, in which he finds Hamlin.
Yeah.
It's actually Mariala, and he kind of opened up the skate.
I guess he kind of, as he opens up the skate, he does lean on it, and maybe it looks like a kicking motion there. I think that the fact that I looked at that as a break. I think it's a pleasant surprise for the Barracuda.
Yeah, hard to imagine that he distinctively kicked
Especially
it forward.
going that hard.
But you make a good point. He didn't really make an attempt to field the pass with his stick. He kind of lunged out a little bit with his foot, but that could have certainly went either way. So the Barracuda dodge a bullet. They're not out of the woods yet, though. Bakersfield still on the 4-on-3 power play. Griffith near dot. Up top for Mariala. 2-0 lead for San Jose. Late stages of the first period, Mariala's drop pass, and that's a good hold by Griffith. Keeps it alive. Skates down to the end line, and his pass, not a very good one, but good effort there by Hamlin. Condors have the puck, fed right wing side as they look to reload here. Bakersfield on the power play for the first time in the game. Griffith feeds near side. Good stick by Giles, and Karams back to center.
Big man, long reach.
Garfana back over the line for Bakersfield. Hudson and Huntington are out of the box, so it's a 5-on-4 for the next 38 seconds. And Hache comes out with the puck deep in his own zone. He's got all day as he skates it up the left wing side, and he drives it deep into the Bakersfield end. Huntington has it, pulls up, tries to feed it. He had a man left side at Beestead, but it never got to him. Great chance there for the Barracuda, but it goes to the wayside. Minute to go now in this first period. It's a 2-0 lead for the Barracuda. They've got goals from Cardwell and from Musty. Musty's coming on the power play. Akey will skate it left wing side. Szymanski. Kicked free by Allen. Comes free. Szymanski. Hard shot from distance. It wires just wide off the stick.
Well, that ends up being a very good kill.
Stillman.
Yeah.
And the net comes off its moorings, and the power play is over. So it looked like Bakersfield had cut into the deficit, but a lengthy review, it's reversed, and the score remains a 2-0 Barracuda lead.
Yeah, that is a break. That last shot was a rocket, but wide. Face-off now comes outside because Hulen was the man that pushed the puck off, pushed the net off the moorings.
Off the face-off draw, Cagnoni controls. He'll flick it for Allen. Allen skates to the red line and fires it down and deep. Stillman now for Bakersfield. Spears it along for Akey. 22 seconds left in the period. Akey has some pressure on, works it back to the near side. And Riley Stillman will get it to center ice for D'Amato. Rolled back into the Cuda zone, and a shot from the left side sneaks its way through. Goaltender Skarek, and the Bakersfield Condors, with just 12 seconds left in the period, are on the board. Josh Szymanski just puts it on net, and it somehow makes its way through Jakub Skarek.
Why you keep playing? Josh Szymanski does a nice job skating off the puck. Luca Cagnoni didn't have a very good play on the puck. He turns, and his turn isn't very smooth for a guy who's such a terrific skater. And Szymanski just is hustling. He's just working. And then fires the puck on the net. Good things happen when you put pucks on the net. And that's a big goal for the Condors.
Without a doubt, coming as late as it does. So the Condors are on the board. They had one wiped away, but they find a way to score late. 12 seconds left in the period, and that will do it. So this period certainly was going to have a different feeling going into the intermission, but the Bakersfield Condors find a way to get on the board late. Josh Szymanski at the 1948 mark, Potts is 7th of the season, second in his last 2 games, and he's now got 10 points in his last 9 games as the Condors get one late to make it a 2-1 score after 20 minutes of play here in San Jose.
Well, that goal, as you said, changes the emotions of the game, especially for the Condors. And still conversations going on with the ref and the Condors coaching staff about that goal, probably the one that was called back. But overall, in a game that, or a period that took a long time, there were a lot of stoppages. There was some play in the offensive zone on the forecheck by the Barracuda, but they didn't really generate a lot of scoring chances, Nick. And that's where they have to get back to. And you have to watch the neutral zone play. I didn't think Luca Cagnoni made a very good play. He was a little bit soft on that play as he allowed Szymanski to skate by him. Too casual. You've got to have your intensity up from the get-go.
So the Condors get one back late. It's a 2-1 Barracuda lead after 20 minutes of play here at TechCU Arena. We'll come back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
The Sharks are circling.
That is how it is
Catch the action at Casino Matrix, your go-to spot for watching games, amazing food, and nonstop fun. The home of the Bay Area's best progressive jackpot. Start or end your night with happy hour twice daily. No matter the play, the celebration begins here. Over 100 giant screens, 49 gaming tables, Zone 8 sports bar and grill and sushi confidential. Just 8 minutes from the SAP Center, off Highway 101 near the San Jose Airport. Casino Matrix, just drop in. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m., Danny Miller, 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
You're listening to CUDA Countdown. It's now time for CUDA Coach's Corner as Nick Nolenberger is joined. The NHL season is almost here, but you don't need to wait for the Sharks to hit the ice to visit the SAP Center. There are tons of events to choose from all year round, from the hottest concerts to sports and special events like Monster Jam. There's always a reason.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see you as a mother who's a daughter and a caregiver? Fearless, but sometimes fearful, a health nut with a French fry habit, an O-positive geologist named Patty, who's here today for a melanoma exam. At Kaiser Permanente, we believe the only way to care for all of you is by seeing all that is you. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Learn more at kp.org.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get San Jose Sharks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Now, back to Barracuda intermission coverage.
Welcome back inside Tech CU Arena. 2-1 lead for the Barracuda after 20 minutes of play as they get goals in that first period from Ethan Cardwell. And then Quentin Musty to make it 2-0. It looked like Bakersfield had scored on its power play. James Hamlin, a long, lengthy review, is reversed and waved off the board, but the Condors still find a way late in the period. Officially at 19:47, Josh Szymanski, an unassisted goal, his 7th of the year. So after a period of play, it's the Barracuda 2 and the Bakersfield Condors 1. Shots of the first 9-5. Each team going on to the power play once. The Barracuda 1-for-1 on the advantage. Again, Quentin Musty returning back to the lineup, his 8th of the season and 5th on the man-power advantage. It's throwback night here at Tech CU Arena. The organization honoring its former head coach, Roy Sommer, with a pregame ceremony and banner raising. Sommer obviously in the house with family and friends. Should be a fun night throughout as they continue to honor him with shout-outs and messages from former players and coaches. Roy Sommer, 828 wins during his illustrious Hall of Fame career as the head coach of the Sharks top affiliate for 24 years. A little bit of a weird period. You mentioned it, Drew, just with all the whistles, kind of the ups and downs, just the flow wasn't necessarily there. The Barracuda find a way to score twice, but give up that late goal as well.
Yeah, the late goal is obviously one that's going to be bothersome, especially if you give one up in the last minute. It's not something that you like at all, because it seems to carry over in the team between the periods. I thought with the way that the Barracuda were playing, they got a forecheck going. Yes, they did a pretty nice job on being able to generate some time in the offensive zone, but they weren't able to sustain and create many scoring chances off of their forecheck. I did like the Bakersfield Condors and how quick they were on the transition and attacking the net, and the last goal was terrific proof of it. Szymanski just gets skating off the puck. I didn't think Luca Cagnoni made a good play on it, and bang, he gets a goal just by throwing pucks at the net. So I think when you're looking at it from John McCarthy's point of view, he'll want more sustained pressure, have a better F3, have a better forecheck. The F3 is the third forward. Coaches use that term all the time. So it's a better F3, that third forward up high in the zone, being able to help keep pucks in And overall, when you look at the way that the Barracuda play, great hustle, great effort, timely goals, yes, but you've got to make sure you are able to create something out of all of that.
So the Barracuda have a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes of play. Again, kind of an interesting first period, but they found a way to have a lead into the intermission as they'll look to try to build off of it in this second period. Tonight is the debut for newly and recently acquired defenseman Nolan Allen, traded from Chicago's organization to the Sharks earlier this week. Just flew in yesterday. It's been a whirlwind, as you can imagine, but here was Allen on finding out he had been traded.
Yeah, no, kind of caught me by surprise, but yeah, it's honestly just a whirlwind. It's a pretty quick turnaround. You got to pack up all your stuff right away and hop on a plane and get out here. So not too much time to think about it, honestly. Just excited to play tonight.
Well, the Chicago organization and San Jose in similar spots in terms of both teams, one-time major contenders in the NHL in rebuild situations, but on the ascent. Here was Allen on the opportunity he sees with the Sharks organization.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, rebuilding organization. They're looking to bring pieces in and build pieces for the pitcher. Obviously, being in Chicago, kind of same thing. We obviously had a lot of guys on the back end, so I'm excited for this new opportunity.
Drew, you've seen it firsthand this year. Macklin Setterbruni has kind of changed the total vibe and feel of the organization. A rebuild that felt farther away, all of a sudden it seems a lot more tangible and much closer. But I think it's changed the mentality and just overall outlook of the Sharks for other players and just wanting to join this organization eventually. And even a guy like Allen who comes over to trade, there's a lot of excitement right now with the Sharks.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Mike Greer came in with, his plan to make the entire organization better, and he knew that drafting and development was going to be key. The big part of everybody can draft. You get all the science in that, you watch these guys for a couple of years and you get a great idea of what kind of player they're going to be. But being able to have a strong development system is monumental to the success of both teams, the AHL team and the NHL team. And I love the fact that the Sharks have put the resources into making the Barracuda a team that can and will develop players who can and do make an impact in the NHL.
Oh, it's a great point, too. And it's something that Todd Marchand, who oversees player development for the San Jose Sharks, and sure, he's biased, but one thing he mentioned to me this summer during our development camp scrimmage was the fact that he truly believes that the Sharks development staff is the best in the entire NHL. And it's hard to argue when you've got guys like Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton on the ice with these players on a daily basis.
Mike Ricci, Patrick Marleau, Joe Thornton, Evgeny Nabokov. You've got Ryan Miller, who's part of the coaching staff when it comes to goaltenders. You've got the players helping the younger guys that have been there, done that, and had terrific success in the National Hockey League. You're 100% right. I believe that this is an organization that put a lot of thought into hiring the right people. And yeah, well, you're saying, well, what are you talking about? They're all guys that used to play for you. It's just buddy. No. These are guys who all have a passion for the game. These are guys who are all looking to try to help the organization and help the Sharks get better, but help the individual players in the Barracuda reach their dream of being in the NHL.
It certainly helps when your American League franchise is just down the hall
yes,
as well,
exactly.
to have some alumni who still live in the region and are willing to come back and just instill all that wisdom that they accumulated for all those years. It certainly plays just a major impact for these young players and their development and evolution in their careers. We'll come back in a moment. It's a 2-1 Barracuda lead over the Condors after 20 minutes of play here at TechCU Arena. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Termites, rodents, and other pests never rest. Luckily, neither does Planet Orange. Think you may have a pest problem? Call 1-800-7-ORANGE for a free termite inspection or general pest consultation from our licensed professionals. Planet Orange is an innovator in effective eco-friendly pest control methods. They'll customize each program for your needs using the most eco-friendly solution available. So don't wait. Call 1-800-7-ORANGE. That's 1-800-767-2643. Or go to planetorange.com and get started today.
Planet Orange. Orange, you glad you called?
A podiatrist will tell you about your feet. An orthopedist will tell you about your bones. A physical therapist will analyze your gait. A psychologist will help you manage your anxiety. But what if they're all connected? What if your walk affects your hip alignment and the loss of movement affects your mental health? At Kaiser Permanente, we know the body is connected in unseen ways. That's why our doctors work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Learn more at kp.org.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend bets against your team, end the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m., Danny Miller, 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
Hey, this is Barracuda forward Ethan Cardwell. Back to Barracuda play-by-play with Nick Nollenberger.
Welcome back inside Texas Arena. Nick Nollenberger alongside Drew Mendez. Sharks 365 members have the exclusive ability to customize their experience through unique benefits like ticket exchange, substantial discounts on food, beverage, and merchandise purchases, and invitations to member-only events like Meet the Sharks. The future is teal and it's fun. Become a member by visiting sjsharks.com/sharks365. Sharks winners this afternoon against the Dallas Stars. They come back in a game in which they trailed 2-0 and then 4-2, but they find a way to get it done. Drew, what are you seeing from this Sharks team from your perspective? And they're just kind of never say die mentality that they're starting to accumulate and build on.
They don't quit. They're resilient, and I know that you think what you're thinking, gang, that they mean they don't quit. That should be an automatic. You're right, it should, but it's not with teams because you have to believe in each other, and the belief system is very strong within that room right now, and that goes a long way into thinking that you can just keep playing and keep doing the right things and you're going to be able to win more games than not. So their resilience and their belief system is key. Their attitude of we're just going to work and work and work until we get the game going in our direction. Their overall drive and what Alex Wenberg said to me this year, we were talking about, it was after a 6-1 win against the Kraken, and he said, we know who we are in this room. We know what we can do in this room. And they believe in each other. And I can't stress how much that belief system matters when it comes to professional sports and the culture of a room and the ultimate success of a team.
What have you thought of Alex Wenberg? Obviously just signed an extension with the Sharks, but it sure feels like his game is totally taken on just a bigger responsibility, certainly, but he's just taking his game to new heights.
It's fun to watch Alex because you're talking about a guy when he's got the puck, he does not willingly let it go. He protects the puck so well. He escapes pressure exceedingly well. He waits for pressure to come on. He doesn't have any panic in his game, and he feels the pressure on the right hip. He escapes to the left. He does such a great job of moving away from pressure. Hangs on to pucks, gets it to the right guy. I'd love to see him shoot it more. Would love to see him shoot it more. He won't, but that's okay because when the other guys are shooting it, where is he? He's right in front of the goaltender. And you look at, I can't remember which goal it was today, what was happening. Alex Wenberg was in front. The tying goal against Los Angeles by Macklin Celebrini, which was a gorgeous play by Macklin. Alex Wenberg was in front. And today's winning goal, Alex Wenberg just does a little drive-by flash screen, just enough to distort Casey DeSmith or just bother him for a second. And then Tyler Toffoli wins it. Alex Wenberg is a smart player. He's good on the face-off. He is, as Macklin Celebrini said, a wonderful teammate. Cannot undersell that. He is such a great teammate. He says he invites us over all the time when he thinks that we need a home-cooked meal, when he thinks we're not doing anything, we being Will Smith and Macklin. And the other aspect, let's remember, he donated over, 50,000 meals when the EBT was canceled by the government shutdown. He and his wife and his family donated over 50,000 meals in San Jose to help people who were hungry.
Well, part of the Sharks' rebuild is not only acquiring good hockey players, but it's been acquiring good people. Because as you try to change the culture and you try to become a competitive franchise, again, you need these type of individuals.
Absolutely.
And again, guys not only are good people in the room, but good people off the ice as well, willing to help the community. It's funny you say he doesn't shoot enough. John Tortorella's old coach in Columbus on ESPN said the same exact thing. He's an incredibly skilled player, but I wish he just would shoot a little bit more.
Scotty Hartnell, former player, teammate of his in Columbus, as a matter of fact. So talk to Scotty. Does the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast, and I was talking to Scotty. I've known Scotty forever, and we're talking about Alex Wenberg, and he said, and he told me a story about trying to get him to shoot the puck. So Alex was my interview, and the pregame interview. So I'm downstairs by the boys, and I said, "Hey, listen, I'm upstairs talking to an old teammate of yours, Scotty Hartnell," and he starts to laugh. You can't not laugh when you're thinking of him talking to Scotty Hartnell. I said, "What did he tell me about you and what he would like to see you do?" And he went, "Oh, without a doubt, shoot the puck." I would love to see him shoot more. I'd love to see everybody shoot more. I'd be happy with a 70-shot night for every night. But John Tortorella's right. Volume shooting is key, but Alex Wenberg, besides his lack of shooting, has so many positives in his game, and not, as you said, in his personality as well. Wonderful person.
Without a doubt, and a player they brought in as a free agent a couple of years ago, and he has really found a home in San Jose. And you need unique individuals to be part of a rebuild, and it's great to see guys who are willing to come on board to Foley. Wenberg come to mind right off the bat, willing to be a part of it, and now they're seeing kind of the fruits of their labor and commitment, if you will, to the franchise that's starting to really turn a corner.
And they've been asked to do more than just be players. They've been asked to be mentors, and they've been asked to help build the culture, and they've embraced it willingly.
Face-off draw will be at center ice as we're about to drop the puck here in this second period. I'm looking down on the bench. I'm looking at head coach John McCarthy, and there's a bright kind of shine. He's got the bolo tie going, and yes, he got that from Roy Sommer. He had a normal tie on earlier.
Yeah.
And Kyle Hagel, the assistant coach, comes into his office with a smile on his face. He goes, "Roy's looking for you, and he's got a bolo tie for you."
Roy has embraced. He's now Cowboy Roy.
Lives up in Montana. Didn't have to deal with the winters in Montana when he was a hockey coach. He was kind of cheating. Now he's living up there full time. As over the line of the Cuda, we're underway here in this second period. Here's a chance right off the bat. The puck caroms off of Musty and sails just wide. Now White turns, fires. Tompkins the save, and the rebound dug back up high to the point. So a good start for the Barracuda, putting some early pressure on him. We're not even through 30 seconds into this second period. Barracuda 2. And the Condors 1. Afanasiev will place it left corner. Barracuda donning their San Jose Rhinos throwback uniforms. Afanasiev turns and swings one to the net. And it's covered up by Tompkins for the whistle.
Okay. Well, 44 seconds into the period. That's okay. Get some jump going. Get one good shot on net. Fire another one at the net. Offensive zone face-off. Trying to generate more offensive chances off their hustle in the offensive zone.
So the face-off draw to the right side of goaltender Matt Tompkins. It's San Jose Rhinos jerseys tonight. One of the teams they played against in their own division in the state of California, the San Diego Barracudas in the old Roller Hockey International.
That's right, they did. The Barracuda, that was actually fun hockey to watch. It really was. Nobody could stop, as Roy said. There was only one line.
It was all ice hockey players playing roller hockey.
Yeah, it was a red line. Al McGinnis's brother played for the San Jose Rhinos. Could shoot the puck like Al. Well, maybe not quite like Al, but could shoot the puck.
Those roller hockey pucks quite a bit lighter, too.
Yeah.
You could snipe them. Puck rolls around the wall. Battle along the boards, pops free. And now near side, Lucas Carlson lifts it back into the Condor end. So 2-1 lead for the Barracuda. We're just past a minute gone in the second period. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Amenda. Happy to have you aboard on this Saturday night. Stillman just ran into the linesman Ledovsky. And the Barracuda have the puck. Lund plays it straight ahead. Afanasyev over the line. Down that right wing side. Jams it middle ice. Picked up by Bakersfield. And it's worked left wing side for Stillman. And Stillman will place it down and deep. And this should be an icing. It will be.
Yeah.
Stillman had about a foot to go, but he released it early.
Stillman did not get the line, and he thought he did, or at least he thought he deserved grace area. But linesman said, no way. Linesman was right on top of it, too. Oh, well, maybe it's not an icing.
That's interesting.
Interesting. The faceoff is actually just outside the Condors zone, right by the Barracuda's bench. I'm not sure why it would that. If it was a no icing, then it would be at center ice. Okay. Offside.
So off the face-off draw, Vincent and Brown were released from the penalty box, serving the remainder of their 5-minute majors for fighting back in the first period. Good hold by Feist along the wall, but he gave it away, and Hache will skate it up the left wing side. Laurent Brossoit, we mentioned him earlier in our pregame show, came over in that trade with the Blackhawks. Is here. The Barracuda threatening again, and Huntington's going to be tripped up.
Yep.
And the Barracuda going out of the power play. There goes Skarek.
Another one should be called.
Placed along now for Cardwell. Indirect pass up the wall, and it gets through Clayton and back to center. Barracuda have their net empty to the right with the extra attacker on. Finish that thought on Brossoit in just a moment. Huntington with the puck. Barracuda were 1 for 1 on the power play in the first period. They lead it 2-1 here in this second. Colin White up the left wing. 3 goals in his last 2 games. And offside of the Cuda. That'll stop play. 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the second period. So the Barracuda going on to the power play, looking to push their lead back to 2.
The tripping call. It's pretty easy for the referee to call that one. 2 minutes for tripping. And on they go to the power play. The Barracuda. Hamblin in the penalty box. I'm sorry, I thought it was going to be Stillman. I was wrong.
Face-off draw to the left side of Tompkins. So Poland will take the draw. Sam Poland, 24-year-old, former first-round pick of Pittsburgh, as we mentioned, taken 21st overall back in 2019. Off the draw, the Barracuda control. Slap to the net, poked aside. Tompkins worked up high to the point. Cagnoni feeds it for Beasted. Went through his stick. Picked up far wing Musty. Jammed off his blade, and it's back to center. Poland will call for a change. Wallstrom now over the line. Wallstrom tumbling over his skates, and he lost the puck. And it's back to center. So the Cuda will start back up here as they regroup. Cagnoni controls, feathers it back for Musty, who scored on the power play back in the first. Gains the line with speed. Musty, nifty move between the legs. Backhander off the apron of the net. Slapped up the wall, D'Amato. Good hold, Cagnoni, right point. Luca Cagnoni skates to the right dot. Gives it off now, Beasted. Up top, Musty. Return back for Beasted. Beasted surveying on the far half wall. Down low for Cagnoni. Back for Beasted. Up top for Musty. Return to Beasted, who leads the team in scoring. Down low, Cagnoni along the goal line. Turned out by Tompkins. Came back to him. Flicked along, but through White. Picked up near side, Wallstrom. Scramble for control.
Get it away from pressure.
Cagnoni takes Musty takes a little bit of a shot into the corner. Comes free to Cagnoni. Gives for Wallstrom, who leads the team with 7 power play goals. For Musty, loads up a shot. Left pad stop Tompkins. And the rebound is cleared out of the zone by Brown all the way back into the San Jose end. 32 seconds remaining on the power play. James Hamblin sitting 2 minutes for tripping. Cam Lund up the right wing side. Rookie winger. Tapped down in deep by Haltonen. Another rookie. Shimmied up the boards. Capone run into, but he gets it free, and it's skated out of the zone by Szymanski. Now for Akey, shorthanded. He shoots. And it's up and into the protective mesh with 15:43 left in the second and 9 seconds remaining on the Barracuda power play.
Kind of a hockey nerd thing. I love the way that Huntington tracks back. Hey, he just gets going. He doesn't waste any time. His first 3 steps are bang, right up the ice. And he gets in and pressures the puck carrier through the neutral zone. That's an important tactic and an important trait of any good young forward.
Face-off draw to the left side of goaltender Jakub Skarek, and off the draw, Hache pokes it free for Cole Clayton. Cardwell flicks it near side. Power play is over as Hamlin leaves the box. Barracuda into the offensive zone. Hache circling deep in the offensive zone. Punched wide by Vincent. Run down near side Clayton. Flick down low. Cardwell tried to center. Now he reels it back in below the goal line. Cardwell protecting the puck up the wall. Clayton jams it back into the corner. Scooped up now by Vincent. Swiveled up high to the right point. Hache digs a backhander back into the right corner. Cardwell, who opened to the scoring back in the first, has it. He'll turn and pivot the puck down low for Patrick Giles. 5 minutes gone in the second period. 2-1 lead for the Barracuda. Hamlin in the corner, boards out of the box, feeds for Akey. To the right side, it's kept alive and fired into some traffic. Clayton and out of the zone. It's carried by Bakersfield. Poland for Akey, comes back to him.
Nice move.
Slips down the right side, outnumbered. Gets it up high to the point. Stuffed back into the corner by Millman for Poland. Now for Pitlick down low, Marial, and a good stick by Clayton as it gets lifted out of play.
Yeah, a little bit of a shot by Pitlick on Vincent just after the whistle, after that puck went out of play. Anthony's okay. It was kind of just a little shot in the legs, the knee, at the feet.
Face-off draw to the left side of Jakub Skarek. We were out in Abbotsford last year, and Anthony Vincent's billets came up to me. His old billets in junior hockey, he played the BCHL, and they said he did not play like this at all in junior hockey.
What have you guys done to him? Well, again, you know, everybody wants to be first violinists. You're not going to be able to once you get to the orchestra. So learn to play the tuba, in the words of the great Brian Burke, and that's what Anthony Vincent's doing. He's trying to make his mark. He's trying to learn. He's learning to play the tuba.
Allen showing off his good skating as he skates away from some traffic, fires it in deep. Now it's picked up by Griffith and skittered back to the neutral zone. Mariala stick check by Afanasiev. Work back up the left wing side. Cut back move Lund. He's over the line. Cam Lund holding on to the puck. Now he swings it up high to the point. Haviland near side for Carlson. Shoots. Save made. Tompkins. And it came free. That was a quick whistle from the referee. Did he lose sight of it?
I guess he did. As Hugo sliding into the net, it's
I believe that's Afanasiev.
I think it is Afanasiev. He's going hard to the net. And I thought that maybe he would be able to knock that puck in as he was sliding in the net. But to no go.
That was a very, very quick whistle. So 13:45 left here in the second period. Lots of great tributes to Roy Sommer on this throwback night. Daryl Sutter popping up on the big screen here as well. We'll see more and more connections to Roy throughout the night as they acknowledge and celebrate his banner raising ceremony here this evening. 13:45 left in the second. Barracuda 2 and the Condors 1. We're back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Cuda Mania returns to TechCU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Don't miss the photo opportunity available before the puck drop. First 3,000 fans through the doors score Thundersticks. Stick around after the game for a live special.
Today, with so much uncertainty in our lives, it's understandable to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal, but it's easy to check your stress and get help for your mental health with free resources from CalHope. Make a game plan by calling our warm line at 833-317-4673 or try our secure and confidential live chat today at calhope.org. CalHope, proud partner of the San Jose Sharks.
Back to American Hockey League action. Here's Nick Nolenberger.
Sharks back in action tomorrow. They take on the Vegas Golden Knights at the SAP Center. That's a 5 p.m. puck drop. Sharks with an afternoon victory over Dallas in overtime. Did it in come from behind fashion. Shots to this point, 14-6 in favor of the Barracuda. They've got the 2-1 lead. All 3 goals coming back in the first. Shots so far in the second period, 5-1 in favor of San Jose. So Colin White will take the face-off draw against Bakersfield's goal scorer, Josh Szymanski. Szymanski, born in Germany while his dad was playing professional hockey over there. Carlson's going to swing it down low. Musty's going to dig it back for Carlson. Now for White. Colin White skates to the point. Stick checked off his blade, but for Wahlstrom, shoots. Save made by Tompkins. And then Musty lost his footing trying to get a backhander off. Barracuda keep it in the offensive zone. Now it comes free for White. Skips it to the point, but Haviland had to skate back to center to make sure he had it. He's getting harassed on the far side wall right at the Barracuda defensive blue line. Now it comes free. It's controlled by Bakersfield and swung to the near side. Condors get it up the wall. Barracuda force a turnover. And now Szymanski is passed behind Poland. And no icing on the play. Picked up by Hache.
White was all by himself. He could have taken his time walking in on a chance if they were able to puck to the middle.
Barracuda roll it back to center. Now Giles using his big frame. He's over the line.
Puck just spun on him there, didn't it?
It did, and Akey stick checks it away, and it's all the way back into the San Jose zone. So Clayton has the puck. Tried to find Cardwell at the offensive blue line. No icing on the play, so they're letting things go a little bit here. As Akey now for Poland. Poland will play it along. Off-target pass for Akey, and the Barracuda right back over the line. Huntington has the puck. Try to seam a pass. Karams for Clayton. Now for Hache. Shoots, and he missed the net. Now Pitlick on the far left wing side. Banks it up the wall, but the Barracuda keep it in the zone momentarily. Huntington lost it, and it's back up that left wing side for Poland. A cross-corner dump. He makes a change. 11:50 left here in the second period. It's a 2-1 Barracuda lead. Cardwell up the left wing side. He opened up the scoring in the first, but he stripped of the puck, and Griffith is quickly back in transition. Mariala, top of the right circle, holds, shoots, and that caught something en route, and it goes high and wide and wraps around the wall back to center. Condors are over the line. Hamlin up the near side, puts it into the right corner boards. 11:25 left in the second period. 2-1 Barracuda lead. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Mendes. Vincent will scamper out of his zone and bank it off the dasher board. Back into the Bakersfield third. Hard hit is putting the pressure on was Vincent.
Here we go.
Here we go. Feist and Van Roboys rather are going to be the two dropping the gloves. Holding on to each other for now. Van Roboy's trying to get his right hand free, and he lost his footing. He slips down to the ice.
That one was talked about before because it was a simple body check by Van Roboys, and he turned right around, and Feist was there waiting for him, and that looks like that was a discussion that happened somewhere else during the play that ended up dropping the gloves. So again, Van Roboys and Vincent making their mark one way or another.
11:11 left in the second period, so tempers flaring again. We saw Vincent and Brown drop the gloves back in the first period. Now it's Van Roboys and Feist with the tilt. Face-off draw will be to the right side of goaltender Jakub Skarek. Colin White will take the face-off draw. So 5-minute majors assessed on both sides. Off the draw, it's controlled by Bakersfield. Stillman punches it wide from distance, picked up near side by Musty. Tapped along and back to the neutral zone. So D'Amato will wind it in deep for Bakersfield. Barracuda still holding on to their 2-1 lead. All three goals scored back in the first. Cardwell and Musty, the Barracuda's goal scorers. And Szymanski finding the back of the net late in that first period for Bakersfield. Cagnoni has D'Amato all over him. Pivots the puck near side for Allen. Up the wall, Musty, it bounces back to center. Szymanski collided into by Wahlstrom. And Musty will bounce it back into the Bakersfield zone. Run down by White, changes direction, but he lost it on a stick check from Brown. It's worked back to the neutral zone. Recovered Musty of the Barracuda. Turns, pivots, but right to Brown. Hurried back for Hudson. Hudson down the left wing side. Pulls up, waits, and swings it below the goal line off the end wall. Reeled in by San Jose's Allen. Now for Cagnoni. Near side for Musty. And he'll bounce the puck down and deep. So Akey on it for Bakersfield. Stretch pass for Griffith. Spins away from the pressure. Ends up coming back for Carfana in the Bakersfield zone. He'll go D-to-D with Akey as we're past the halfway point of the second period. Still a 2-1 Barracuda lead.
Barracuda doing a good job of getting above the puck all the time in the neutral zone. Oh, jeepers. Almost took one in the face.
Akey with a rising shot that nearly caught Hamblin in a precarious spot. Forced back into the Barracuda zone. Good stick there by Afanasio. Marialo was trying to sniff it out and get to it. Barracuda in transition. Beasted seems a pass for Carlson. To the net, he plays it. Tompkins the save. It's in the blue paint. Barracuda are digging away at it. But
Chance.
Tompkins in a sitting position gets the whistle.
Nothing wrong with that. Good chance by the Barracuda as they transition up the ice, going in for the play, going in for the chance, sending it to the net with guys driving the net off the puck. Very good chance.
9:25 left in the second period. It's the Barracuda 2 and the Condors 1. We're back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill, when your friend bets against your team and the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m. Danny Miller, 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
2-1 lead for the Barracuda. 9:25 left here in the second period. Nick Nolenberger alongside the great Drew Amenda. It's Sharks and 49ers Bay Area Unite, presented by Ticketmaster, featuring an all-arena football jersey giveaway. Bay Area teams come together at SAP Center on Friday, January the 23rd at 7 p.m. While your San Jose Sharks take on the New York Rangers. Don't miss out on your chance to celebrate the Bay. Visit sgsharks.com/tickets. Niners tomorrow. They take on the Philadelphia Eagles.
They're earlier than the Sharks game, right?
I believe they are.
Yeah, so they watch some Niners football. Christian McCaffrey's going to go off tomorrow.
That's the prediction?
That's my prediction. And the Niners will advance past the Super Bowl, defending Super Bowl champs.
That game's set for 1:30, so it lines perfectly with the Sharks.
Yeah. I'll be deep in prep mode, as you know. It's huge with me, but I'll keep an eye on the Niners.
Face off to the right side of Matt Tompkins. He has turned aside 15 to 17 to this point.
Have the Condors got a shot this period?
They have one.
One.
Yeah, it's been a good second period for the Barracuda.
Strong. Yeah.
After giving up a goal with 13 seconds left.
Good point. That's a good.
That's that first period.
Yeah, it's a good comeback after that. Here you go with a chance.
Box stretch feed run down in the right corner by Ethan Cardwell. Dropped to his knees, but he springs it to the point. Near side for Hache. A little shimmy shake to the net. Got through. And Tompkins, well positioned, comes up to the stop.
Nice little, exactly. That shimmy shake by Hache is enough to create that shooting lane. Very well done. Another shot by the Barracuda. 18 to 7 are the shots right now, and another offensive zone faceoff.
So the face-off to the right side of Tompkins. As we mentioned, the Barracuda back onto the road on Friday for a two-game set in Tucson. Then a wrap-up on the 21st at Coachella Valley before returning back home here to Texas Arena to take on none other than these Condors. That's January the 24th. So a couple weekends from now, Beasted right wing side. He had halted and he might have just taken his eyes off the puck.
Just skipped on him a little bit, I think.
He set up the near side wall. Skated up the right flank by Szymanski. And Stefan just ahead of the play offside. 8:37 left in the second period. And now Szymanski and Vincent getting into it a little bit.
I would skate away from everything right now if I'm the Rhinos. Because this is a chance for the Bakersfield Condors to get things going for themselves, because they are being outplayed in the second period. So you want to get the juice going a little bit, so you're going to just get in people's faces, maybe start another little scrap. You don't need to if you're the Barracuda. Walk away from it, get your face off going, get your game going high tempo again and attacking the net.
So the face-off draw, it looks like it's coming into
all
the
way,
neutral zone.
Yeah. A couple of neutral zone decisions by the officials have kind of puzzled me.
Mariala will take the draw against Colin White. He's going to kick White out of the dot before he even put his stick down.
Okay.
He looked a little puzzled.
I'm puzzled on that one. Okay.
8:33 left here in this second period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Barracuda. It's been a good start in this second, but no goals scored for either team. Brown with the puck, right point, shoots, and his shot from distance is snared by Skarek. Josh Brown scored his first goal in several years in the AHL last Saturday against the Barracuda. It tied the game at 1-1 in a game that Bakersfield would go on to win 2-1 in a shootout. So the draw to the left side of Skarek as Bakersfield changes all five. Barracuda will change their D pairing. So Havlin and Carlson step on. Off the draw, Capone wins it near side wall. Akey will swing it down low. Capone up high to the point. Now Pitlick shoots from distance. That's wide. Run down Havlin, swung up the far wall and tipped ahead by Wallstrom.
I like Musty. I like watching him play because Nick, he just gets his feet moving all the time, gets after pucks. I like that pursuit. Didn't generate anything, didn't even in fact touch the puck, but the effort, incredible.
Akey skates it down the right wing side. He'll bank it around the wall. Tucked back down and deep by Bakersfield. Akey will collect near side 82 and cream, but he lost the puck. Good pressure, Wallstrom, and it's played back to center ice. Mariala has it for Bakersfield. He'll swing it rink wide. Condors in their own zone. Laid back for Mariala. Right wing side for Akey. He's over the line for Mariala. Dances his way through, shoots and scores! Nifty stick work from Mariala, and then he slides it through the 5-hole of Jakub Skarek.
Not a great goal from the Barracuda point of view, going through the 5-hole, but defensively, stick check, stick check, stick check. You cannot. That's the problem with the way the game is going right now. Is get my old man hat on for a little bit. Coaches preach stick on puck, stick on puck, stick on puck, instead of going line up with the guy's hips and you just play the man, play the man, play the man. So the Barracuda make a mistake on the rush, not only by the defender, but also by the goaltender, and it's 2-2.
Liami Mariala is 8th of the year, snaps a 9-game goalless drought as he just kind of walked Havlin, who got a bit flat-footed, kind of reaching.
He looked right down at the puck. The game is still about body contact. This game is still about checking. And Havlin did not play that well, and I didn't think Skarek played it very well either, obviously, when you go through the 5-hole like that.
Up high to the point, it's played. Griffith, so we're tied at 2-2 after the goal from Mariala. 8th of the season.
Give Condors some credit, though, because after the start that they've had in this period, they've been lately in the last couple of shifts being able to put the pressure on the Barracuda. Look out.
Another chance now. Hamblin shoots and scores. It beats Skarek, blocker side, and the Condors have a 3-2 lead.
A simple forecheck. The Barracuda a little bit slow behind their net. They get a simple little forecheck by the Condors. It's just textbook hockey. Get in, separate the man from the puck, get it to a scoring position, boom, puck goes in.
Jakub Skarek, you think about it, he's not being given a ton of help on these goals, but ones we've seen him come up with, these saves we've seen him come up with throughout this season. Kind of a tough one at the end of that first period. And now a couple of quick ones for Bakersfield. They've got their first lead of the game. So how things have turned.
It really has in a period where they are actually, for the most part, being in their own zone, being held in their own zone. But now they've turned it up a little bit, and they have been controlling the play.
Barracuda controlling their own zone. Cagnoni for Allen. Middle ice, he'll play it off the stick of Giles into the right corner. So Cardwell gets to the puck. Shots in this period are now 9-5 in favor of Bakersfield. So they have certainly made a push over the last couple of minutes.
Yep.
As they have scored twice to take their first lead. Condors 3, Barracuda 2. Cardwell up the right wing side will exit his zone with speed through the neutral zone over the line. Giles dragging the leg to stay on side. Barracuda turn it over, and Poland is back up the surface. Rolls into the right corner. Caponi will track it down 45 and cream for Bakersfield. Comes free for Poland. Up high to the point for Akey. Work back into the corner for Rhett Pitlick. Now for Bo Akey. His pass shot blocked. Barracuda work it back to center. Giles hits the red line and lifts it right corner. 5:34 left in this second period. It's a 3-2 Bakersfield lead. Caponi down the right wing side, puts it to the net, blockered aside by Skarek. You think about this Condors team dealing with an illness in the room. They've got multiple players out sick. And players are fighting it a little bit from a health standpoint, but they found a way to take their first lead. Big hit in the corners. Rhett Pitlick was the recipient of some physical contact. And now Havildon lowers the shoulder on Inamoto and hammers him down to the ice.
Well, start doing something. If you're the Barracuda, start getting the game going back in your direction. So they've decided to go to the body.
4:45 left in the second period. 3-2 lead for Bakersfield. Shot back in on Tompkins. He swipes it to his left side. Condors will skip it up the wall. Back to the neutral zone. Hache, DDD for Allen. Allen 7 in purple. Tapped out a deep off Afanasiev. Tompkins stops it behind his net. Rims it up the far wall. Cagnoni tied up by Hudson, who lost his stick. Cagnoni comes out with it. Taken away by Mariala, who scored a couple of minutes ago. And tipped ahead by Hamlin, who has the other goal in the second period. Allen's going to hurry it up for Cagnoni. Cagnoni would drop for Beasted. Beasted seam pass trying to feed off Afanasiev. Good stick, Stillman, and out of play it goes.
Yeah, nice job by Stillman coming back and making that play.
4:06 left in the second period. Condors with now 3 straight goals. They've got the 3-2 lead. We're back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see you as a mother who's a daughter and a caregiver? Fearless, but sometimes fearful? A health nut with a French fry habit? An O-positive geologist named Patty, who's here today for a melanoma exam. At Kaiser Permanente, we believe the only way to care for all of you is by seeing all that is you. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Learn more at kp.org.
Back to the action. Here's Nick Nolenberger.
4:06 left in the second period. 3-2 lead for the Bakersfield Condors. They scored one late in that first period, did Bakersfield, and they have now cashed in twice in the second. Szymanski, Mariala, and Hamlin are the goal scorers. Mariala's got a couple of points, and the Bakersfield Condors have their first lead of the hockey game. Throwback night, celebrating Roy Sommer. Banner raising ceremony before the game. They've got his son Mo up on big screen, dancing to his favorite song, Cotton Eye Joe, or as we call it, Cotton Eye Moen. Great to have Roy back, Melissa and Mo in particular. They put him already to work. He was in the room this morning, folding towels and helping out the equipment staff.
That's great. That's great. Well, they're having some fun here. Still a great crowd this evening at Tech CU. The Barracuda can ignite them with some better play in this last 4 minutes and 6 seconds of the second period. Finish the period like you started it.
So the face-off draw to the right side of Tompkins. You wouldn't know it, but the Barracuda through the first maybe 10 minutes of this period were certainly the one carrying the play. Nothing to show for it. And then in the blink of an eye, Bakersfield scores twice on 2 shots, and they've got a 3-2 lead. Off the draw, White up high to the point, Cagnoni. Near side for Allen, lays it into the left corner. Slips past everybody into the far side. Stillman pulls it in, stuffs it along, and it's back to center. Cagnoni's got the puck. He hits the blue line, works it down and around the wall. D'Amato back for Stillman, near side for Brown, tied up with the referee. And Hudson's going to play it back for Brown. Headman feet up the left wing side at the offensive blue line is D'Amato. Works his way over the line. Veers it right wing side for Brown. Shoots, save made by Skark, and he swipes away the rebound.
Boy, a lot of standing around by the Barracuda, just allowing players for the Condors just to get in and get some chances on net. That play could have been killed right off the blue line right away by the Barracuda if they just would have pressured. I don't understand why they would back off in that situation.
Griffith back on it for Bakersfield. Hits the blue line, stick handles to the left flank. Circles back towards the line and then works it down into the corner. Rimmed around the wall. Feist coming hard down the boards. Throws a hit on Wallstrom. 2:55 left in the second period. 3-2 lead for Bakersfield. Huntington trying to jam it free. Allen steps up. Condors have the puck though. Taking to the net. In tight, there was a chance for Mariala. Save made Skark. That was kind of a perfect example of how it's going for the Barracuda. Mariala just walking to the net with 2 purple sweaters right around him. Giles now over the line, lost the puck. Work back up the right wing side. Here comes Griffith. Rolling puck, played along. Poland tied up. He's going to draw a penalty here as Clayton was a little bit early. And the Barracuda going on to the penalty kill here. Hooking is the call against Cole Clayton at the 17:37 mark of this second period.
Well, hand it to the Bakersfield Condors. They've been doing a very good job of just changing the complexion of this period. As you said, the Barracuda started off very well for 10 minutes. It was all their game. Getting chances after chances, carrying the play. But then the Condors picked up their game. They started forechecking. They started controlling the puck. They have been allowed, and I'll use the word allowed, to gain the zone easier than they should be. They've got the Barracuda right now on their heels, and so this is a big, important kill, Nick. 2:23 left in the second. Score 3-2 for the Condors. You got to be able to kill this one off.
Face-off draw to the right side of Jakub Skarek. Condors have 3 goals now on 12 shots, and in this second period, they've got a couple of goals on now 7 shots. Off the draw, they control the Condors. Carfana tied up. Carlson trying to get to it. Barracuda supplying some support. Hache in the mix as well. Still jamming away at it in the corner. And now it comes free. Carfana works it for Hudson. Hudson leads the AHL in goals. He's got 22 of them, and a lot of that damage on the power play. Here's a one-timer from the left side by Hamblin. It was forced wide. Hudson's got it up high to the point. Carfana now for Griffith. Seth Griffith has always tormented the Barracuda in his career. Carfana left wing side. Mariala works to the dot. Inside Hudson. That's sealed off. Skark picked back up by Bakersfield. 1:30 left in this period. 3-2 lead for the Condors. They're on the power play for the next 1:02. Griffith down low to the end line. Hudson from an angle, and he whipped it just wide. Pulled in though by Carfana. Left wing side. He'll play it Mariala. Mariala to the left dot. Shoots. Getting a piece of it with Skark. Tap back free near side wall for Griffith. 1:07 left in the second period. Carfana now for Hudson. Hudson down low. Hamlin to the backhand. Glove save Skark, and he holds on with 57.8 left here in the second period.
The Condors power play, good puck movement. They kick it down low, and I like the fact that the forwards who are down low will take the ice that's available. If the ice is there, take it. On that last chance, Hamlin has the chance. He takes it and gets right to the middle of the ice, goes for the backhand. Skarek able to make the save. Any key power play, any good power play takes the ice available. You move the puck around, you have player movement to create that open space. So when it's there, take it.
This off to the right side of Skarek. Entering tonight off the draw. They dropped it. It looks like we're going to do it over again. Entering tonight, the Barracuda through their first 17 games of the regular season, 62% on the penalty kill, dead last in the league. But over their last 16, they're at 94%.
So we've cured some things.
Without a doubt. And talking to the players and coaching staff, some new systems this year, different personnel, just took a little bit to cement.
Yeah.
Up high to the point, Akey. Here's side Safan, down low for Poland, surveying, and he tried to take it to the net himself because no one picked him up. Fortunately, it rolled off his blade. Barracuda cleared back into the Condor zone. High touch.
Face off down the offensive zone. Yep.
So as Drew mentioned, the draw will actually stay in the Condor end. 37.7 left in the second period.
I had a little confusion on the bench about who's going where. Who's staying out. Pitlick comes off the ice. Yeah, 19-17 of the shots now, so this period definitely evened out and actually swung in the favor of the Condors.
32 seconds left in the period. It's a 3-2 lead for Bakersfield. Power play down to 4 seconds remaining on it. Clayton on his feet, he's out of the box. Szymanski's shot blocked, so we are back to 5-on-5 play. Barracuda are 2 for 2 on the kill. Puck wraps around the wall and drifts all the way back into the Bakersfield zone. 12 seconds left in this second period. Poland tripped up.
Got lucky there.
And it's swiped down and deep back in on Skarek. He makes the save. 2 seconds left in the period. And the horn will sound. So the Bakersfield Condors managed to score twice on 2 shots consecutively, and they take a 3-2 lead in to the second intermission. They have scored the last 3 consecutive goals, and Drew, after a pretty good start to that second period for the Barracuda, it did seem like Bakersfield found its legs, and ultimately they get the only goals, and they've got a lead for the first time in the game.
Yeah, they pressured the puck. They did an excellent job of getting in the forecheck. They created their own chances. There's the one goal. There's a couple goals. I didn't like the first goal on Skarek. I didn't like the second goal on Skarek. Third one we have to get a better look at. But 3 goals on 19 shots is not a great thing. So you got to get better goaltending, and you want your team to be physical in checking. The game, that second goal, you can't allow a guy to just dance through and walk you and get that goal without thinking of just getting a piece of him. So I would say getting more physical. I would say getting more straightforward, getting pucks behind the defense and making plays there, and getting more support on the puck or coming out of the zone of the puck.
So a 3-2 lead for the Condors after 40 minutes of play. We'll step aside and come back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
The Sharks are circling.
That is how it is done.
Catch the action at Casino Matrix, your go-to spot for watching games, amazing food, and nonstop fun. The home of the Bay Area's best progressive jackpot. Start or end your night with happy hour twice daily. No matter the play, the celebration begins here. Over 100 giant screens, 49 gaming tables, Zone 8 sports bar and grill and sushi confidential. Just 8 minutes from the SAP Center. Off Highway 101 near the San Jose Airport. Casino Matrix. Just drop in. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m., Danny Miller, 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
The NHL season is almost here, but you don't need to wait for the Sharks to hit the ice to visit the SAP Center. There are tons of events to choose from all year round. From the hottest concerts to sports and special events like Monster Jam. There's always a reason to cheer at SAP Center. Check out the center's full schedule at Ticketmaster.com. And of course, when it's time to score Sharks tickets, Ticketmaster.com, the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL. Great tickets to every game once they go on sale. Ticketmaster for SAP Center experiences all year.
Barracuda Mania returns at TechCU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Don't miss the photo opportunity available before the puck drop. First 3,000 fans through the doors score Thundersticks. Stick around after the game for a live specialty jersey auction. Get your tickets now and be part of the madness. Visit sjbarracuda.com for more information. That's sjbarracuda.com.
The countdown continues. Here's Barracuda voice, Nick Nollenberger.
3-2 lead for the Condors after 40 minutes of play here at TechCU Arena on this Saturday night. It's throwback night. The Barracuda rocking specialty throwback San Jose Rhinos jerseys, playing homage to the old professional roller hockey team that played out of the SAP Center in the 90s, coached by Roy Sommer for a handful of years. They won a championship under Roy, and tonight we raised a banner to celebrate the historic and Hall of Fame career of Roy Sommer, who's in attendance with his family tonight. Nick Nollenberger alongside Drew Menn. It's been a competitive game so far through 40 minutes of play. This is the only game for the Cuda on this homestand before they hit the road again for 3 straight, starting on Friday in Tucson against the Roadrunners. Sharks back in action tomorrow. They take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Drew, you've seen pretty much every team in the NHL this year. Colorado seems to be kind of on their own shelf, their own planet at this point, but the rest of the West, who in your mind are the biggest contenders? And Vegas probably in that mix.
Vegas is in that mix. They are the king of the overtime loser point right now. They can't seem to win in overtime, but they lost again another goaltender. We haven't got an update, but Carter Hart got hurt 2 nights ago, so I think they're on their 4th or 5th goalie now. Kira Schmid's back in the net. Aiden Hill's close, but he's still not ready to go. They're a team that's just been racked by injury, but when they got everybody healthy and they're playing their way, they're a dynamite team. I like the Minnesota Wild. I think that Billy Guerin's done a nice job and certainly changed things with the addition of Quinn Hughes. The thing about the Minnesota Wild, I don't think they play with as much pace as the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. As far as the Pacific Division goes, besides the San Jose Sharks, who I love the way that they're playing right now, and I love the pace at which, when they are playing with pace, they're a tough team to play against. They're a fast team. I was very impressed, and I was high on Anaheim this year, but now, after they lost today, I think, I want to say it's like 9 or 10 in a row, if I remember correctly. They have lost a lot of games lately, and this is a team that they don't play great defense.
9 in a row for
9 in a row. Okay, yeah. So they've dropped way down. That's going to hurt you, because I thought when they made the move with Joel Quenneville and they were able to do what they were able to do during the offseason, I thought this is a team that's on the rise, but they have run into some hard times. After that, you roll the dice, Nicky. You know, Seattle had lost 6 in a row, came in, played the Sharks, and then they rattled off a bunch of wins, and they rolled up to their 3rd spot in the division. But now, after the Sharks win today, I didn't see what the final is as far as everybody else and where everybody's sitting. But after that, boy, who knows? The one thing that does surprise everybody is the President's Trophy winners last year are in last place, the Winnipeg Jets. That, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, it's been incredible, the fall from grace for Winnipeg. They dealt with some injuries. Hellebuck was out for a little bit, but Seattle did lose in regulation to Carolina, so the Sharks now have sole possession of that 3rd spot.
Yeah, that's great.
The NHL's Pacific Division.
This is January. You think that we were thinking going into this season we were going to talk about the Sharks in a playoff position, 3rd spot in the division, and being in a solid playoff team, or a chance, I should say, to be a playoff team. It's incredible how far ahead they are of schedule, but there still is a long way to go. This stretch for the San Jose Sharks. Back-to-back game against Columbus and Anaheim, back-to-back against Columbus and LA, back-to-back against Dallas, and tomorrow the Vegas Golden Knights. And then you go on the road and you go Washington, Detroit, back-to-back, both leading their divisions. And then you go Stanley Cup champs, Florida, and Tampa, back-to-back. And Tampa's rattled off, 9 in a row now as far as wins go? So you have got a tough stretch, and if they get through this tough stretch before the Olympic break, playing as well as they are and being on the plus side as the win-loss ledger, some good things are going to happen or keep happening with the Sharks.
Has one of the most impressive things about this Sharks team, at least recently, in your mind, been the fact that they've been able to bounce back from some pretty tough losses?
Yeah,
they got throttled by Tampa Bay. They come right back. They've won 3 in a row.
Their resilience has been fantastic. The other thing that has impressed me is their third periods. Remember last year? But they have 32 third periods where they went into with either the lead or tied, and they lost an overwhelming majority of those games. This year, it's been the exact opposite. They have had the lead or been behind, had the lead or tie going in the third. They've won the majority of those, but they've been a team that has come back again and again and again in the third periods and won the hockey game. That's another sign of that resilience, and it's another sign of that they believe in each other and playing the certain way that's it's gonna pay off for them.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It was just incredible last year how many times they, as you mentioned, had to just slip out of their grasp, but it really shows the maturity of the group and the growth of even a young player like Macklin Celebrini. That experience from last year, I mean, I don't think anybody could really have predicted his game going to this level. We knew he was special, but this is elite type special from Macklin Celebrini. It'll be interesting with the All-Star, the Olympic break coming up too, how that impacts teams coming out of it. Does it slow momentum? Maybe teams come out of it hot. You just never know. That'll be kind of an interesting little wrinkle to it all.
Here's one thing I'm predicting at the Olympics, and I don't do predictions, but I'm going to. Macklin Celebrini is going to have an Olympics, and everybody's going to be blown away by how good this kid is. Yes, there's McKinnon, and there is Sidney Crosby, and McDavid, and McCarr. I am predicting that Macklin goes off. Because he's just that kind of guy. He gets to play with that kind of character, that kind of quality players around him. If you watched any of the World Championship this year with the way that Macklin and Sidney Crosby, their chemistry, you'll be amazed. He's going to come back even brighter star than he was when he went there.
And we saw from the World Championships, Drew, you're exactly right. Being around the McKinnons and the Crosbys, just how much he learned from those guys and how
absolutely.
They prepare and how they conduct themselves. So valuable, certainly, for Celebrini. We've seen it come to fruition this year in his second year. We'll come back in a moment. When we come back, we'll play Roy Sommer's ceremonial speech from before our game here tonight. That's all coming up next. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Sharks fans, Fieldwork is thrilled to be the official non-alcoholic craft beer and proud partner of your San Jose Sharks. Whether you're at the tank or watching from home, Fieldwork is brewed to be a part of the moment. With uncompromising non-alcoholic beers and legendary IPAs to classic lagers and everything in between, Fieldwork has something for every taste and every occasion. Make every occasion special. Drink Fieldwork.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get San Jose Sharks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Cuda Mania returns at TechCU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Don't miss the photo opportunity available before the puck drop. First 3,000 fans through the doors score Thundersticks. Stick around after the game for a live specialty jersey auction. Get your tickets now and be part of the madness. Visit sjbarracuda.com for more information. That's sjbarracuda.com.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m., Danny Miller 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
The San Jose Barracuda are gearing up for an electrifying 2025-26 season, and there's only one way to get closer to the action.
He'll control, wrist one through, they score!
By becoming a Battery member. Joining the Battery means savings, exclusive access, and experiences all in one place. Don't wait. Season tickets are on sale now. Ride the wave today by visiting sjbarracuda.com or by calling 408-999-5757. That's 408-999-5757.
Nabby said I better not cry, or he'd come up here and kick my ass. Anyways, I got to summarize this 26 years in under 5 minutes, or you guys are going to hear the big music come. But I played all my youth hockey in the Bay Area for the Berkeley Bears, and then went away, played juniors, and then played 10 years pro, mostly in the minors, and then started my coaching career. But I think if I would have thought about it back then when I was a kid, that I had the opportunity to come coach and be a part of the Sharks organization, I would have said you were crazy. Anyways, these Rhino jerseys that the guys are going to be wearing tonight bring back a lot of memories. I was coaching in the ECHL, and I got a call from Rich Shillington, who was introduced out here, and Doug Wilson, and they said, "You want to come out and coach roller hockey?" And I go, "What the hell is roller hockey?" And then the season ended, and then what I did is I took my Richmond team here, and I told them the same thing. I said, "We're going to go out to the Bay Area, you know, most of you guys, and then we're going to go play roller hockey." And again, they go, "What's roller hockey?" Anyways, our first practice, we didn't really know what was going on, and I didn't really know what to do, so I took everyone to Golden Gate Park, and we skated up and down the hills, but it ended up being a really bad idea because no one could stop. And we did lose a few guys to that. Anyways, the Rhinos, we ended up winning a championship here when I was out. Those old Rhino fans. And then, and I ended up getting an interview. So without Rich Shillington and Doug Wilson, I would not be standing here right now. So, you got it. So, my wife and I were watching television, and the Sharks had just hired a new coach, and they hired an assistant coach. And she goes, "Why don't you interview?" And I go, "Well, I'm coaching like roller hockey and in the East Coast League. I'm not interviewing for an NHL job." And she goes, "Well, it'd be good experience." And so I ended up interviewing. I got the job. 2 years later, the job came up in Kentucky, the head coaching job down there, and I asked Daryl, I go, "Daryl, you mind if I interview for the head job?" He goes, "No, go for it." I mean, who would have known over a quarter century later, I'd still be in the American Hockey League. And I'm not going to go over all the cities because I'm on a timer right here and I've only got 2 minutes. And they already went over all that. So not many coaches get to be with an organization as long as I've been. And I'll tell you what, it was a pretty good run.
That was Roy Sommer before tonight's game as part of a pregame ceremony, a banner raising, celebrating Roy's incredible coaching career, 24 years in length, guided the Kentucky Thoroughbreds, Cleveland Monsters, Worcester Sharks, and finally here in San Jose with the Barracuda. Throwback night, Barracuda donning San Jose Rhinos uniforms. We'll come back in a moment with the third period. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get San Jose Sharks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Welcome back inside TechCU Arena. The Barracuda, a.k.a. the Rhinos, will travel from left to right here in this third period. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Meta. Shots through two. Dead even at 19 apiece, but it's Bakersfield holding on to a 3-2 lead. Right now, James Hamblin's goal in the second period. The difference, Philip Beestead will take the draw against Mariala. He scored in the second as well for Bakersfield. And entering this third period, Drew, we do have a goalie change. So Gabe Carrier has entered this hockey game, entering the third period. So Skarek allows 3 goals on 19 shots. And so Carrier has entered the game for the Barracuda.
Interesting. I didn't even notice that. Good call, Nicky.
Now Allen will take it free. We mentioned Laurent Brossoit earlier, didn't finish the thought. He is not currently with the Barracuda just yet, but expected to join the team at some point this upcoming week. So they've got a nice little runway of practices for him to assimilate.
He's a wonderful person, just a great guy. Going to do a lot to work and help the team.
Scored a goal earlier this year with Rockford.
Yeah.
Poked down low as we're underway in this third period. 45 seconds through it. Barracuda trail by a score of 3-2. Condors controlling their own zone. Barracuda this season, when trailing after 40 minutes of action, there's 11-1 this season. Bakersfield 13-0-1 when leading after 2. Szymanski shoots from an angle, and it's gobbled up by Carrier. 1 minute and 10 seconds into the third, we get our first whistle.
You like to see a better backtrack by the Barracuda in that situation. Szymanski just too wide open on a kind of an easy play, easy entry and easy centering play. And get your feet moving, get back in the game, get your feet going the other direction as well.
So Carrier enters the game here in this third period. He's got a record this season of 8-6-3 at 2.75 goals against, 8.94 save percentage. Colin White along the near side. Some pressure on this game, far from settled with 18:40 left in the third, but the Condors with a 3-2 lead. Akey will swing it near side. Skated up the near left flank. White finishes off Carfana along the near side, and it's worked back to the neutral zone, banked up the wall. Cardwell, it skips back in to the Condors' third. So Carfana near side for Hudson, and Hudson will flick it back for Carfana. Last year, Quinn Hudson, final season of college hockey at BU, he had 23 goals. That was tied for third in all of NCAA hockey. So he had 23 last year in college. He's already got 22 this year in the American Hockey League. And we're not even to the halfway point of the year. Rolled back into the Condor zone. Inamoto will hurry to it. Swipes it up the wall. Capone will skate up the right side. Try to stuff it up the boards. Capone's taking some punishment tonight, but he gets it down and deep.
Keeps playing, doesn't he?
Sure does. This part of this Condor fourth line, a little bit of an energizer bunny, not the biggest of guys. Kuponi twice passed over in the draft before Edmonton took him in the 7th round in 2023. Cagnoni's going to force a turnover in the neutral zone. It's roll it down the wall into the corner in the Condor end. So Inamoto, he's tied up, pulled free, worked to the point. Allen near side, Cagnoni one-timer, and just catching a piece of it was Tompkins, and it's chipped back all the way into the Barracuda zone, icing against Bakersfield.
People at the net, keep the puck in, go D to D. I don't know if Cagnoni got everything he wanted in the shot by his reaction. I don't think he did, but that is how you're going to get yourself back tied to this game, and maybe you're able to get a win. That type of play, getting in on the puck, getting it back to the point, getting the shot, but also getting to the front of the net.
Face-off draw to the right side of Tompkins. Off the draw, tie up, pulled in by Bakersfield, stuffed up the wall, kept in by Allen, but he's outnumbered, and it's twisted back to center. Griffith will roll it down the wall. Leans into Cagnoni. Now Lund directs it up the left wing side, and Beasted's back to the neutral zone. Directed down the boards, but it catches the linesman, so Afanasyev not getting it as deep as he hoped. Now Stillman near side, leans into Beasted. Rolled up the wall. Shot from the left wing by Carlson, catches a stick, stays in play and wraps around the boards. Clayton had Hudson sneaking behind him, but he stayed with it just enough to swipe it away from him.
Yeah, Hudson was gone. So good job by the Barracuda to keep that play into the neutral zone, not let it get to Hudson.
And then Bakersfield ices the puck. 3:39 off the clock here in this third period. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Amenda. Face off to the left side of goaltender Tompkins. Off the face-off, it's skated back to center by D'Amato. Pushed in deep, Hudson. D'Amato takes a swipe at the puck. Worked up the wall, though, by Clayton to the Barracuda. 3-2 lead for the Condors. Carlson taps it along. Wallstrom over the line, but he lost the puck. Hudson now in his own zone. Swings it up the right wing side. D'Amato. Played back. It's out of the reach of Akey into the right corner. Barracuda putting a bit of pressure on. Akey slips a check. Plays it along. Off the skate of Stefan. Reeled in momentarily Capone. Barracuda lifted back along. It lands into the Condor bench. That'll stop play.
When the Barracuda get the puck going up into the Condors zone, they're pretty much one forward, the puck carrier, and that's it. They're not getting a lot of support, the puck carrier, as the Barracuda get going and trying to mount some sort of attack. You've got to get skating off the puck to help out your teammates.
Off the draw, it's swiped down and deep. Poland will get the puck in deep. Again, if you're just joining us, the Barracuda entering this period down 3-2, and they have made a goalie change. Jakub Skarik pulled after 2 periods, giving up 3 goals on 19 shots. Here comes Cardwell down the left side. Cardwell trying to center. And it comes free. Now Carfana's going to lift it up the glass for Bakersfield. Sealed off. Capone turns and pivots the puck back to center. The Barracuda this season, they've scored the first goal 18 times this year after that goal in the first period by Cardwell. They've got a record this year of 12-3-1-1 when they score first. But they scored first in both games on the road this past weekend against Bakersfield and could not find ways to win. And they find themselves again in a game in which they got off to a good start. They potted the first 2. It's the Condors with the last 3 straight, and they've got the 3-2 lead. Inamoto now for Bakersfield. Gives off for Mariala. Right wing side. Swiped down and deep. Run into was Feist, but he got it into the corner. Now Van Roboys directs it up the far wall. Vincent's going to try to pull it in at the offensive blue line, but halted it ahead of the play offside. 14:30 left in the third. Condors 3, Barracuda 2.
Ryan Warsofsky likes to use the word, the head coach of the Sharks likes to use the word connected. As in, that's one of the C's, the 4 C's that he has a mantra. And that means everybody's skating together, everybody's moving up in the right same direction, everybody's supporting the puck. You're not seeing that right now with the Barracuda.
It's been a little bit of a almost vanilla start to this third period. There has not been much on either side. Cagnoni now with the puck, gets around D'Amato, swings a backhander to the net. Pulled in Vincent, trying to flick it back to Cagnoni, but cut off by Bakersfield Szymanski. And now D'Amato will veer it along. Allen able to intercept. Van Roboy scoops up the loose puck, banks it for Vincent, run into Szymanski, feeds right wing side for Allen. Allen played it along for Van Roboy, but there was a man right around him, and that allows for the Condors to force it back out to center.
No, offside.
And now Van Roboy is a little bit early entering the zone. He'll just circle away from pressure.
Vincent got tied up. Sorry, Vincent got tied up with a guy and couldn't get out of the zone in time.
13:40 left here in the third period. Condors 3 and the Barracuda 2, live from Tech CU Arena. And Bakersfield is going to ice the puck here with 13:34 left in the third.
I think when John McCarthy just motioning the guys, come on, come on, come on, let's get going. I think he wants his team to pick the pace of the game up from their end. And how you do that, how do you play faster? You start playing faster by everybody skating, everybody moving, that connected that we just talked about.
Draw to the right side of Tompkins. Shots are 21-20 in favor of the Barracuda, but they trail 3-2. San Jose opened the scoring in the first on goals from Cardwell and then Musty on the power play. But since that point, the Condors have scored the last 3 straight, and they've got the 3-2 lead. Beasted, though, over the line. Gives it left wing side. Afanasyev inside. They score! Cam Lund on a tic-tac-toe sequence. Directs it home, and we're all tied up at 3-3.
When you skate together, when you're all moving to support, and you're all moving to skate off the puck, and you're getting to the net, good things can happen. A beautiful, beautiful goal by the Barracuda to tie this up. And that is playing connected.
They must have been listening.
I hope not. John, you don't want to be listening to me with my coaching record compared to Johnny's.
Lund's got his 5th of the year, snaps a 8-game goalless drought. The Barracuda have tied it up. They have stopped the bleeding after 3 straight from the Condors. We are all tied up at 3-3. So Cam Lund on the board. Great puck movement from the Barracuda. Tic-tac-toe play. And Lund just directs it into a wide open 4x6 to level things at 3 aside. So back underway we go. We'll see if the Barracuda can get some life. It's interesting how things go, Drew, because in the second period it was all Barracuda. Bakersfield had nothing going. All of a sudden they scored 2 quick ones. And for the Barracuda in this third, really nothing to write home about from their perspective.
Yeah.
Yet all of a sudden, a quick play and they're all tied up. Here's another chance. And Colin White, if he hits the net, he might score because Tompkins did not know where the puck was. And now Cagnoni's shot catches his stick and goes out of play.
That was close. That was one where, wow, that could have been a real quick goal against after that.
So the Barracuda have tied it up on a goal from Cam Lund. 12:40 left here in the third. We'll come back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Sharks fans, Fieldwork is thrilled to be the official non-alcoholic craft beer and proud partner of your San Jose Sharks. Whether you're at the tank or watching from home, Fieldwork is brewed to be a part of the moment. With uncompromising non-alcoholic beers and legendary IPAs to classic lagers and everything in between, Fieldwork has something for every taste and every occasion. Make every occasion special. Drink Fieldwork.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get San Jose Sharks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Hey, this is Barracuda forward Ethan Cardwell. Back to Barracuda play-by-play with Nick Nollenberger.
12:40 left here in this third. They're showing some great footage from the old San Jose Rhinos days. John Gustafson, who's been a longtime member of the San Jose Sharks management. He was part of that Rhinos team, a goaltender, and they've got some great footage of him trying to surf. And Van Riesa, when he was a member of that team. And there's Gus up on the
guy from Ontario, Canada, trying to surf. wasn't working out very well for him, but he was a heck of a goaltender. Both played for Roy, both in the ECHL and in roller hockey.
Face-off draw to the left side of Tompkins. 3-3 is our score. We're live from Tech CU Arena on this Saturday night. Huntington's going to skip the puck far wing. He's got Giles, pulls up in the offensive zone, far left corner. Back for Huntington, lays it up high for Allen on the point. Nolan Allen down the wall, gets through the first layer. Now he's going to carry it behind the cage, still holding on to it. Tried to seam a pass, ends up reeling it back in as it catches the skate of a Condor. Now it's flicked far side for Cardwell. Cardwell holding, and his pass gets to Huntington. Draws a penalty, does Huntington. Gives for Cagnoni, shoots, kicked out by Tompkins. Good chance there for the Barracuda. They are going on to the power play here, as Cardwell's going to skate it back to his own zone with 11:51 left here in the third. And it's touched down by Szymanski, so Jimmy Huntington draws the penalty. Slashing is the call. And it's going against Josh Szymanski at the 8:11 mark of this third period, so the Barracuda have a chance to take their lead back.
Well, what has happened since that goal is that the Barracuda have generated now the scoring chances. They've generated the forecheck. They have been playing in the offensive zone. And when you put that kind of pressure on a team, more often than not, you're able to draw some penalties.
Face off to the left side of Matt Tompkins. So the Barracuda have Colin White, Quentin Musty, Igor Afanasiev, Philip Beested. Excuse me, that's Beested, not Afanasiev. Wallstrom and Cagnoni out there. Colin's going to skate it up ice, taken away by Cagnoni, and fed along for Wallstrom in his own zone. 11:35 left here in the third. It's a 3-3 score. Musty right wing side for White. Rink wide off of Beestead. Shin guard, kind of an airborne pass, slapped back to the Barracuda line. Musty's got the puck, weaving through the neutral zone. Feeds right wing side for White. Rolled down to the end line. And a penalty coming against Wallstrom here.
There's trouble here.
And here come the Condors in transition. D'Amato, a rolling puck save made. Carrier, and a great stop on the follow-up opportunity. What a chance there for Bakersfield with the delayed penalty. Carfana on the rebound, and what a stop there by Carrier.
A huge stop. The drive to the net, terrific speed by the Condors coming up, and the second man all by himself. Not a very good back check or track it back by the Barracuda, and Carrier. Well, that just with that save right there, it looks like it was a good move by the coaching staff to replace the goalie.
So the face-off draw will be in the Barracuda zone. We'll play 4-on-4 for the next 1:16. Cross-checking is the penalty against Oliver Wallstrom. So if the Barracuda are able to find a way to win this game, we'll look back at that save. That was a great stop by Carrier. It'll fall back into almost a sitting position to hold on to it. Barracuda win the D-zone draw. Haviland's going to lift it far side. He's got Huntington. Huntington veers it along. He's got Lund with a step. One hands the puck, but it's going to be forced wide. Penalty coming against Bakersfield. So right back onto the power play, the Barracuda go. It's a holding call at the 9:11 mark.
Now we go 4-on-3 for the Barracuda.
Cam Lund has some deceptive speed.
Oh my goodness.
When he decides to turn it on, he can really fly. We saw it earlier in the game as well. We see it there. And he draws a penalty as he just turns on the jets and makes a move to the net.
Big body too. He tries to cut to the net, and Stillman just reaches on around and grabs him with the other hand off the stick. So a 4-on-3 for 1 minute.
Face-off draw to the right side of Tompkins. So back to the power play go the Barracuda. 4-on-3 advantage, so lots of extra space out there. Cagnoni for Musty. Back for Cagnoni. Left wing side for White. One-timer, a little tap pass. One-timer down near side by Musty. Good deception, Cagnoni. I thought he was going to fire it. Instead, he hands off for Musty. And Tompkins with a great left pad stop.
It was, wasn't it?
And Cagnoni had the pass go through his stick, trying to hurry to it. Now he flicks it down the wall for Beestead. Beestead back up top for Cagnoni. Cagnoni returns for Beestead. Left flank. Inches back towards the blue line, top of the left circle, down low for White, holding back for Beaston. The off-target pass kind of in his feet, didn't allow for him to one-time it. Barracuda reload, Musty to the net. That's shielded off by Tompkins, and jam free, and Hamlin will skate it up the right wing side and clear his own zone all the way back into the San Jose third of the ice. So Szymanski on his feet. He will leave the penalty box. So we are back to even strength, 4-on-4. Here comes Huntington down the left wing. Takes a sharp turn, lays it down for Lund, who tied the score earlier in the period. Lund in front, one-timer healed by Carlson. His stick broke, and it ends up getting reeled in by Tompkins.
Yeah, stick betrayed him.
9:34 left in the third. It's a 3-3 score here in San Jose between the Barracuda and the Condors. We're back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
The Sharks are circling.
That is how it is done.
Catch the action at Casino Matrix, your go-to spot for watching games, amazing food, and nonstop fun. The home of the Bay Area's best progressive jackpot. Start or end your night with happy hour twice daily. No matter the play, the celebration begins here. Over 100 giant screens, 49 gaming tables, Zone 8 sports bar and grill and sushi confidential. Just 8 minutes from the SAP Center, off Highway 101 near the San Jose Airport. Casino Matrix, just drop in. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m. Danny Miller, 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
The NHL season is almost here, but you don't need to wait for the Sharks to hit the ice to visit the SAP Center. There are tons of events to choose from all year round, from the hottest concerts to sports and special events like Monster Jam. There's always a reason to cheer at SAP Center. Check out the center's full schedule at Ticketmaster.com. And of course, when it's time to score Sharks tickets, Ticketmaster.com, the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL. Great tickets to every game once they go on sale. Ticketmaster for SAP Center experiences all year.
Face off to the right side of Matt Tompkins. 3-3 is our score. 4-on-4 play for the next 29 seconds. And then the Barracuda are back onto a brief power play. Philip Beasted will dig in and take the face-off draw. Off the draw, it's going to be picked up by Griffith as he skates to a loose puck. Swings it near side for Akey, who directs it back for Millman in his own zone. 9:22 left in the third. 3-3 is our score. Barracuda opened up the scoring with the first 2 goals back in the first. Then Bakersfield reeled off the next 3 straight before Cam Lund tied it here in the third. Lund with the puck left side. He'll play it for Cagnoni. Back for Lund. Has a step. Shoots. Kicked out by Tompkins.
Again, there's that speed of Cam Lund. Hits that gap, and now the Barracuda have a power play. A short one, but see if they can mount something.
Here comes Lund back up the right wing side. He's feeling it right now.
Yep.
Into the offensive zone. Pulls up at the hash mark. He was outnumbered, but the Barracuda reel it back in, but it's misplayed by Carlson. And the power play is over, so we are back to full strength. Cagnoni will drive it in deep. D'Amato will collect far wing. Daniel D'Amato with some rear pressure via Colin White, but it comes free, and the Condors work it back to center. Szymanski will stuff it in deep, no icing on the play, so Carrier comes out to play it. He'll work it up the near side wall. Inamoto holds the line, but he put it off his own teammate D'Amato. And now Musty plays it back to the neutral zone. Cardwell over the blue line, slips his way down the left wing, pulls up to change direction, gives off for White, tries to center, paddled away by Tompkins, picked up by Bakersfield's Millman up the far side wall. He plays it, and it's just friendly fire right now for Bakersfield. And now they play it up the wall. They wave off the icing, not sure why. 7:56 left here in the third period.
That pass is not going to work. You've got to make sure you come back to pucks. You can't be waiting for pucks because the Condors do a very good job defensively of getting bodies above the puck.
Giles is going to work it left corner boards. Millman first on it for Bakersfield. Collided into, skated out of traffic by Akey. Right wing side, he'll work it. And it's veered down deep into the Barracuda zone. Clayton for San Jose with some pressure on. Initially sealed off, comes back to him, plays it middle ice for Giles. Giles weaves his way up the surface, caroms to the near side, pulled in Cardwell, left for Huntington, and offside is the call. With 7:17 left here in the third period. We mentioned, Drew, tomorrow the Niners in action for their playoff game against the Eagles. An epic one. The Chicago Bears erase an 18-point deficit, beat the Green Bay Packers tonight.
No way. Wow. Wow. That's impressive. What a turnaround for Chicago.
Incredible. Rookie head coach.
Amazing.
So they're off to the second round, and the Rams beat the Panthers. They were on the ropes, and they end up getting the job done.
I can't remember the number, but it was extremely low, and it surprised me as far as as many times as the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers have played each other in the playoffs. It's a single-digit number. Yeah, and you would think back in the day they would have played each other a lot, but nope. What a win. It's a fun time of year, isn't it?
It sure is. We get kind of everything with all the sports going on, and you get plus college football too. We got the national championship coming up here.
What a game that was the other night.
Headman feed for Hamblin as we direct our attention back to the hockey at hand. 3-3 is our score. 6:40 left here in this third period, live from Tech CU Arena. Barracuda scored the first 2 goals back in the first. They got tallies from Cardwell and then Musty on the power play. Bakersfield scored the next 3, but the Barracuda get one back from Cam Lund. Trying to take their lead back. Afanasiev carries the puck below the goal line with speed. 11 in purple, up high towards the blue line, turns and swings it back down low. Pignoni awaits its arrival along the near side, also awaits the contact. Jammed below the goal line now. Feist up the far wall. D'Amato trying to get to it. And Feist is going to veer it for Millman. Had the referee to try to contend with as well. Then Millman has it come back to him. Works it up the near side, and Haltonen swings it down and deep.
Haltonen, Vincent, Van Rohe boys. You love them because they hunt pucks. They're a good job. That's a good shift for that line. Pucks deep, get in there, get some body contact. Keep the Condors hemmed in their zone.
Allen for the Barracuda is going to play it for Vincent. And it comes back to Allen, and he lifts the puck down deep into the Bakersfield zone. 3-3 is our score. Last time these teams faced off against one another, exactly a week ago, we needed extra time to decide it. Bakersfield won it 2-1 in a shootout. Barracuda have needed shootouts to decide their last 2 games. They won in a shootout on Wednesday in San Diego as the puck is rolled back into the San Jose third of the ice. Still lots of time, though. 5:15 left in the third, tied at 3-3.
Hache, nice job on a little bit of miscommunication about who's going to go back for that puck.
But the Condors are back over the line. Worked far corner. Capone, he's hammered in the corner boards by Hache.
Oh, Camponi, you're right, though. He just keeps going. Oh, that's not a good play.
Now it pops free to the point. Brown in front, trying to center it. Was Rhett Pitlick. Now Hamlin goes rink wide. A shot from distance wide. Wraps around the wall. 4:43 left here in this third period, all tied up at 3-3. This is the only home game for the Barracuda before they return back to the road for 3 straight. Musty now, he'll lift it along. It bounces in the neutral zone, picked up by Wallstrom. A one-on-one, shoots, and it's directed wide. And Tompkins reaches out for it to get the whistles. He covers up with the glove hand. 4:24 left in the third. Tied at 3-3 here in San Jose. We're back in a moment. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m., Danny Miller 10 to 3, and me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
The NHL season is almost here, but you don't need to wait for the Sharks to hit the ice to visit the SAP Center. There are tons of events to choose from all year round, from the hottest concerts to sports and special events like Monster Jam. There's always a reason to cheer at SAP Center. Check out the center's full schedule at Ticketmaster.com. And of course, when it's time to score Sharks tickets, Ticketmaster.com, the official ticket marketplace of the San Jose Sharks and the NHL. Great tickets to every game once they go on sale. Ticketmaster for SAP Center experiences all year.
Cuda Mania returns at Tech CU Arena. Get ready for the loudest night of the season as the Barracuda bring chaos back to the ice, featuring wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Don't miss the photo opportunity available before the puck drop. First 3,000 fans through the doors score Thundersticks. Stick around after the game for a live specialty jersey auction. Get your tickets now and be part of the madness. Visit sjbarracuda.com for more information. That's sjbarracuda.com.
Face-off draw to the left side of Tompkins. 3-3 is our score, live from Tech CU Arena. Nick Nolenberger alongside Drew Amenda. Happy to have you aboard on this Saturday night. Sharks winners this afternoon, 5-4 in overtime. Barracuda trying to pick up their second straight victory and trying to snap a 3-game skid against the Condors, and also trying to snap a 3-game skid here at home. Bakersfield has won 5 in a row entering tonight and 5 in a row away from home ice. Condors are one of the hottest teams in the league entering tonight.
I like the way they play away from the puck. I think they're a fast team away from the puck. They pressure really well, do a good job in their own zone.
Here's a giveaway. Beasted shoots in. No penalty on the play.
Thought might be a hook, but no call.
Certainly looked like it. Now a good hard hit as
Beasted throws
the body on Szymanski.
Hard check right there. I was just going to say how much I like the Barracuda in their own, or the Condors in their own zone. They throw that little slice of pizza right up the middle. Oh, that goes up off the
It certainly went off the netting, and they do realize it stopped play here. 3:38. Yeah, that looked like a penalty.
Yeah.
Drew, we saw some penalties called earlier in this period that were, I would say, less than that.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's funny how referees think penalties are penalties in the first 2 periods. In the third period, when it's close, it's not.
Beasted was up on his feet on the bench.
He's not happy. John McCarthy's yelling at the official as well, because it did take away a scoring chance.
Without a doubt, as Giles now has the puck. Patrick Giles is going to swing it back for Luca Cagnoni. 3-3 is our score.
Get it going the other way.
Giles tied up. Mariala has the puck. One hands it along for Griffith. Griffith works up high to the point, gives off for Akey. Akey now for Carfana. He'll place it neatly into the left corner. Wraps around the wall, far side. Poked up the boards by the Barracuda. Kind of a skipping puck. Gets past everybody and back through the neutral zone. Akey with some pressure on via Huntington. Griffith's pass catches a stick. Pulled in now by Polin. He'll put it in the left corner. Trying to get to the carom off the end boards, but he's tied up by Allen. Now Poland's going to swipe it up high to the point for Josh Brown. Brown gives off for Poland. 2:48 left here in this third period. Griffith now corner boards, being pestered by Cardwell. Griffith turns, makes it up the wall. Poland has the puck near side. He's got Stillman, shoots in. Carrier makes the save.
Good pressure by the Condors. Here they come now. This is very important for the Cuda to get their game going.
Huntington has the puck. He's going to whip it along for Cardwell. A one-on-one with Pitlick, the forward, back to defend. Condors get numbers back into their defensive zone. Now Haviland on the point, gets it to the net. Stick stopped by Tompkins, and then Stillman
penalty coming up, interference.
Buries Musty down to the ice, and the San Jose Barracuda are going out of the power play. Interference is the call against Stillman at the 17:51 mark. So you wonder, maybe a little bit of a makeup call. Stillman doesn't like it.
I can see Stillman's argument, but I can also see the referee's call. On this, there's a shot on net. The puck pops up. It's not near, who did he put down? Haltonen?
Musty.
Or Musty. He's not near Musty, and he gets knocked down to the ice. In the older days, that would have been allowed 100%. And nowadays in the NHL or the AHL, they're making those calls. So obviously 2:09 left, a critical moment for the the Barracuda, and it was pressure by the Condors. They were bringing the pressure, causing some turnovers, and then the Barracuda get their game going to the other direction, and now they're trying to map out a winning power play, or a chance for a winning power play goal.
What an opportunity. 2:09 left here in the third. The Barracuda about to go on to the power play, so essentially they will be on the man advantage for the remainder of regulation. Almost 9 seconds of carryover time will be left, and the Barracuda obviously do not score during the 2-minute power play. Draw to the right side of Tompkins. Shots are 30-23 in favor of the Barracuda, who are out shooting the Condors 11-4 in this third period. They're back onto the power play. So far, they are 1 for 4 in the game. Stillman sits for the second time in the game. Off the draw, it's controlled by Bakersfield, and they will clear at 200 feet. So the Cuda will regroup in their own zone. Cagnoni out there along with Musty, Wallstrom, White, and Beestead. Cagnoni works over the line, gives off for Beestead, digs it up high to the point for Musty. Musty veers it along, nearly intercepted, but he recovers, gets it down the boards, and now a penalty coming against Cagnoni.
Jeepers.
And that will wipe out the power play with a 1:41 left here in the third.
You know, credit the Bakersfield Condors here. This is what a pressure penalty kill does. They're a high-pressure penalty kill. So they try to force the power play team into making mistakes, and they did on that one. So now you get 4-on-4, you get some open ice. This ought to be interesting the last minute and 41 seconds of this period.
Yeah, tough penalty there for Cagnoni. Obviously unintentional, just kind of was reaching for the puck. Put it down in the feet of a Condor, tripped him up. So we'll play 4-on-4 here, tied at 3-3 in the third. Late stages, Griffith has the puck. Shoots through some traffic and got tipped wide. Akey, the D-man, might have got it a little bit with the end of his blade, but it went just wide. Now a battle on the far boards. 1:25 left here in regulation. 3-3 is our score. Rolls up high to the point.
Go.
Skated near side Carfana. Carfana throws it in front. Akey got his stick on it. Puck is still loose, and on his stomach was Carrier in the reverse snow angel, but the puck rolls into the corner.
Do the Barracuda think they're shorthanded? Because they're not pressuring. It's 4-on-4.
Certainly almost feels like a Condor power play. 55 seconds left now in the game. Mariala. Carfana circles around the net, still holding on to the puck. Carfana takes it wide left. Flicks it to the right side. Akey takes a bump, upended.
Pressure.
And forced out of the zone was Akey by Lund.
I'm surprised at how passive the Barracuda are playing this 4-on-4.
27 seconds left in regulation, so Condors will have an abbreviated power play if this game goes into overtime.
Go 4-on-3.
Condors will break out of their zone. Brown, his seam pass, pulled in by Hudson. Hudson shoots, blocked. Good job by Clayton. Now a battle in the far corner. Hudson has it on his stick, wedged up along the boards. 3 seconds left, and this game is going to overtime. So the San Jose Barracuda do tie the score up on a Cam Lund goal in the third period. But we will need extra time to decide it, just like we did exactly a week ago when these up. It was ultimately decided in a shootout, a final score of 2-1 in that one last Saturday in Bakersfield. 3-3 after 60 minutes. We'll come back in a moment with overtime. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
Looking for the place to hear country's biggest artists? Bay Country is the Bay Area's only country radio station.
Start your day Monday through Friday with the Bobby Bones Show from 6 to 10 a.m. Danny Miller, 10 to 3. Me, Emily Harlan, 3 to 7 p.m.
Bay Country is your home for country no matter where you are. Listen to us on 94.5 throughout the Bay Area, 92.1 in the East Bay, and stream us at kbaycountry.com.
The Bay Area's only country radio station, Bay Country.
All right, the Barracuda in this overtime period will travel from right to left. It'll be a 4-on-3 power play for Bakersfield for 19 seconds to begin this overtime session. Barracuda this year 4-1 in overtime periods. Third straight game in which they will need extra time to decide it. Bakersfield 3-5 in the overtime period this year. San Jose has won its last 4 straight when it has been decided in overtime. So they have had a penchant of getting the job done in the overtime period. Let's see who they begin with in this extra period.
So it's, as you said, 19 seconds. So we'll go 4-on-3 for 19 seconds. If neither team scores, then Cagnoni comes out. We'll go 4-on-4 until there's a whistle.
So the Cuda will start with the penalty-killing trio of Hache, Giles, and Clayton. Marial out there with Griffith, Hudson, and on the back end they've got Carfana, and the puck is down and we're underway here in overtime. So Bakersfield will start on the power play. They've got 13 seconds remaining on it. Mariala up and over, kick Giles, stick away.
I've never seen that before.
Now Griffith, hands off Carfana. Carfana inching to the right dot, still holding on to it. Carfana shoots, and it's off the stick of Giles, and that's the power play for Bakersfield. So we are back to now what it'll be 3-on-3.
Have you ever seen that before? The guy,
you know what? I saw it over in the KHL about 3 weeks ago. Guy kicked the stick and then ends up shooting and scored. Maybe he pulled it from that book. With social media, every highlight and clips online, and maybe that's where he got it from. I've never seen it in person though. That was something.
So now you get the whistle. The penalty's over. So we go back to 3-on-3. Face off to the left of Carrier. I've never seen it before. That's amazing.
So Beestead will take the draw. He's got 2 overtime winners this year against James Hamblin. Off the draw, tie up on the dot. We're going to do it over. So the Barracuda execute on the PK, the final remaining 13-ish seconds. So the draw to the left side of Gabe Carrier, who came into the game into the third to replace Jakub Skarek and did not give up a goal in that third period. He faced just 4 shots. So Beestead has the puck. He'll scamper up the right wing side. Gets past Hudson. He's got speed. Here comes Beestead. Hands off Cagnoni, or rather London. He fires it just wide.
What a great play and burst of speed by Beestead. And Lund did the exact thing he should have. Just get in that position and shoot the puck and let it go.
Cagnoni will drop down for Cam Lund, who scored in the third. Lund over the line, has a step coming down the wing, shoots, and just catching a piece of it was Tompkins. So to this overtime period for the Barracuda.
Speed's everything, right? This game comes down to a lot of things, but if you can skate, my goodness me, what the advantages that you have.
Lund now with the puck for the Barracuda. Lund gives off for Carlson, and he will make a change, as will Beestead. So onto the ice comes Colin White and Quentin Musty. Musty has an overtime winner this year. Carlson will leave it for him. Musty will turn it back for Carlson. Now right wing side for Musty. Musty flicks it back for Colin White. White over the line. White hold. Colin White still holding on to the puck. Skates back towards the blue line. White down towards the goal line, flicks it back for Musty. Takes a sharp turn on Marial, works middle ice, just inside the blue line. Up high for White, cut back move, and Barracuda got crossed up a little bit, and it ends up back in the neutral zone.
You're inviting an opportunity to check and go for a breakaway. Got to be smarter with that, especially in those rolling plays up high.
Now Huntington's got a step coming down the wing, tried to feed it far post from Musty, but he could not get it to his intended target. 2:45 left here in overtime. 3-3 is our score. Carlson has the puck on the right side. He'll place it down low for Musty. Carlson will head off, and dangerously so, nearly a too many men.
Read the play. If you're Quentin Musty, read that play. You saw your guy was changing. Just hold on to it for a second.
Now Huntington, he's stick checked as he tried to bring it to the offensive blue, but he works it down the wall. Here comes Cagnoni down the left wing. Feathers first shot. They score! It's Cardwell with the overtime game winner. Incredible pass from Luca Cagnoni, just feathered it to that back post, and Ethan Cardwell in stride directs it past Matt Tompkins. And the San Jose Barracuda come back to win it 4-3 in overtime.
A beautiful, beautiful pass, but an outstanding burst of speed by Ethan Cardwell. Play gets made, the support behind, two Condors go up and follow the puck in the neutral zone. And Ethan Cardwell just hits the Jets. And as the play was in the neutral zone, and it was Jimmy Huntington who had the puck up near the penalty box in the red line. Two Condors come up to him. Good skating off the puck by Cagnoni, pop it to him, and then, boy, Ethan Cardwell hits the gas.
Incredible pass from Cagnoni, perfect finish from Cardwell, but as mentioned, Drew, it really all started from that play in the neutral zone by Jimmy Huntington, putting it down the wall as Szymanski kind of overplayed it, and the Barracuda in overtime, they continue their theatrics. They have now won 5 straight when decided in the extra session. 3 straight games in which they need extra time. They've won 2 in a row, and they snap a skid against Bakersfield,
that was big,
in which they had not won in 3 straight attempts. So with the victory, San Jose moves ahead of the Condors in the Pacific Division. They are up to 43 points. Bakersfield third a point, but they are at 42 as the Barracuda pick up a big win on home ice, and they do it in from behind fashion. Barracuda bonus coming up next. This is Barracuda Hockey on the Sharks Audio Network.
The Hilton San Jose is the preferred hotel of the San Jose Sharks and SAP Center in San Jose. Experience something new.